All right, Chuck, we live. And now we're going to do.
What keeps calling me from his block number?
Boom.
All right.
Okay. So,
You can learn.
uh,
You can't answer your phone? Are you not
share
trying to?
to.
Bitch, we're not friends. Bitch, just saying we're friends. Is that
Oh,
what you call it?
Charles. I'm tripping.
No. I've been getting block calls too. I'm not just thinking it's you. I have to call you from a block number. Shit, we family. I am not in the mood for a sister to sister
What is
convo.
what is your handle on your Facebook? Is it Charles Tarver?
Oh, yeah, Charles Sarver. Uh-huh. Gonna handle them dancers. They said you have 24 hours. Now is it gonna be the little
Motherfucker ain't
chocolate?
finding you.
I want to be in it.
All right, so
Well,
what you're going to have to do,
you can go back and tell
because it
them
won't
I
let me tag you, just go on my page,
act like you're the boss of everybody. Because I
and
am.
then we'll do.
I'm not everybody. Yeah,
Uh,
I'm trying to be because that's what Cadillac wants. But you ain't trying to change.
you see it?
Is there anything else that you okay, you said go to your page?
And you'll see that I'm live, and then you can just share the live to your page.
So I need to get off already. So I need to get off this.
No, you on your other phone.
But we'll still be up right there.
What's up, Gigi?
Okay.
Because I was trying to find you so I could share it to you, but oh, let's
Yeah,
see.
because I can see you as both.
Okay, boom. So I just sent it to your messenger. Yeah, we just having some random conversations. You know what I'm saying? Uh, y'all know Friday nights are usually kind of hectic. You know what I'm saying? And don't nobody be running over there telling backdraft. Hey man, we seen these get live. You don't want to do live with you, man. That's my dude. You know what I'm saying? What's up, Zane? Hey Zane, I don't do no work, man. Working is for poor people. What's up, little mama?
Okay, there I come.
What's up, Gmo? Y'all, we just having some random conversations, man. Chuck figured that the shit we was talking about was so juicy that we needed to get other people involved. You know what I'm saying? So we decided we just wanted to do something cool. You know what I'm saying? What's up, King?
Yeah, you send it to Charles Tarver.
In the messenger,
Okay, there you go to Messenger.
and then you can just share it to your people.
Got it.
Hey, Zane. Hey, Zane, man, you took the shit out of me earlier, man. I'm doing all right, man. I'm doing all right, King. I hope that everybody had a good Thanksgiving dinner, man. You know, if y'all believe in all that old type of shit, you know what I'm saying? If y'all, are still eating leftovers and shit, throw that shit in the trash tomorrow, bro. Don't eat that shit tomorrow. That it's gonna make your stomach hurt by tomorrow. You know what I'm saying? Just go on out. What's up, Johnny? Just go on out and get your, you know what I'm saying? Get you some Popeyes chicken or something. You know what I'm saying? Don't keep eating that shit. After 3 days, today was a good day. You could backdoor today. Tomorrow, throw that shit in the trash. Don't be putting this. Don't be still putting it in the refrigerator. Keep heating it up and shit. That shit is old. It's trash. Throw it away. What's up, Too Sweet?
Tell what's up.
Hey, but you know what? Hey, Zane, and I ain't gonna get too crunk about it. But Zane, some of this shit needed to be talked about, man. And some people just keep wanting to avoid this shit. You know what I'm saying? But I digress. So anyway, Chuck, what were we talking about, man? Hey, man, we don't want to see your little dog on your. You got to get in the camera.
Okay, make sure I get my camera right.
Yeah. Slide it over. Keep sliding it. Keep going. There you go. There you go.
We good right there?
Yeah, we good right there. I'm trying to teach Chuck how to become a cameraman. Yeah.
So is that good, D?
That's good, man. You in it, you sent it, you know what I'm saying? We in the mix.
Got it.
Yeah, well Zane, you know what? We know it's your job to stir shit up, man. But Chuck, Zane, I'm gonna introduce you to Zane. Zane is one of the coolest dudes in Georgia. You know what I'm saying? He's an actual builder. He's
Okay.
not an installer. You know what I'm saying? He's not a regular guy. This dude is something to be desired. You know what I'm saying? Now, he's not attractive. You know what I'm saying? He's not an attractive guy, but he's cool as shit. You know what I'm saying? So everybody, if you ain't following Zane, go follow Zane. He's a cool dude. He's gonna crack
What
you up
up,
in the morning.
Zane?
So anyway, Chuck, where were we? What were we talking about that you felt like we needed to go live?
Well, and really, be honest, this kind of like a warm up for me, and I need you to warm me up to this because we're gonna have these deep conversations. I got to be ready for whatever happens.
Right? Okay, let's go.
And so the question was, well, the topic was why do black men date white women?
Right.
Why? And these are some of the questions that the sisters ask. And be honest, y'all, we need to always tell the truth. The truth need to always, no matter how it is, we want to make sure that we open and honest. I
And
think
basically what I was saying. Oh no, go ahead, Chuck. I'm sorry. Go ahead.
I think most of the time, and this is only in my opinion, we date them due to the fact that we don't want the attitude. We want to feel like we really we really, what would be the word, D? Maybe want it, maybe feel wanted, or don't have the hassle. So back in the day, it was one of those things to where you always heard, man, you got to deal with this, you got to deal with this attitude, and man, and when you get to talking to them, it's always they got to come back with something. It was never, hey, I just want to relax, I want to chill, I don't want to argue. And so most times, what they say, man, go get your white woman, you'll be all right.
Well, see, I don't really see it in that way. I just think that it's a misunderstanding, a lack of understanding from
Mm-hmm.
a bunch of different perspectives, right? So, being that I have children that are biracial, you know what I'm saying? It's a situation where, as a black woman, if you don't see me as your go-to, then you are a sellout for the most part. And the thing about it is that, just like I was telling you earlier, such a small percentage of black men that date or go out or marry white women, and it's not based off of the skin tone, so to speak, but how that person treats you. And a lot of times we get into this whole argument about, but I'm just as affectionate. Okay, well, coming up in the late 80s and early 90s, we didn't have the same, what these the women that we have now aren't the same women from back then, right? So there was a lot of disconnect. You know what I'm saying? What's up, Drizzle? There was a lot of disconnect between the black man and the black woman. But the white woman grew up in a loving household, and they were told, "Hey, I love you," and it was always affectionate. And growing up in our household, I was never told I love you. You know what I'm saying? I was never, rubbed on my back or told me it was gonna be okay, or if I wanted something, it was easily accessible. So a lot of that is, we find, you know, back then it was easier, but it was also seen as taboo. You know what I'm saying? Because we didn't grow up together, it was easy to look at somebody else and say, well, damn, you know what I'm saying? I ain't never had that before. But then you have people that just will not, under any circumstances, date outside their race. And I don't, regardless to whatever that means for them, it wasn't the same for me because I didn't grow up with hate in my household. I never heard my mom say, "Don't you bring no white woman in my house." I ain't never heard, my mom's talk bad about, white people or no shit like that. So it was a lot easier for me to transition into that. Now, once I got into it, was it different? Fuck yeah, it was different, bro. Like something, sometimes you be asking for shit, you don't know what the fuck you asking for. You know what I mean? Like you
So
don't know.
so how was so okay? So just throw it at you. How was it like when you're going out? You know what you facing when you get ready to go out with them. I mean,
Well,
how was
back
it when
then,
you?
back then, shit, it was like, yeah, and you walk in the restaurant and everybody forks drop. You know what I'm saying? It's not that way now, but
Right.
back then, hell yeah, shit, man, people stop eating. You know what I mean? Like, what the fuck? You know what I'm saying? Are you okay? You know what I mean? Like, are you under duress? Or is he harming you? Yeah, you felt like that in the early '90s. You know what I mean? You felt like that in the late '80s because it was so like it was still like, oh, that ain't something you did because of the infrastructure that you had around you. Now
So
you're.
what?
Go ahead.
So you said something that I wanted to hit on when you say the infrastructure.
Infrastructure. Hmm.
You're talking about your community and your area and how you was raised and you said you wasn't used to love. I was used to love, and
Right.
I think it was more with me is that when I looked at it, I always judged and hate to say it, I always judged because I kept saying, "Oh, he with the white woman because he can't get a black woman,"
Right.
and so
And
it
and
was
back in the
it,
'90s, and now look at that attitude you have. Now just imagine me being an ugly kid and knowing that I couldn't attract a black woman.
but on the outside looking in, that wasn't normal because you mean it's pretty much first of all that wasn't our surrounding.
Right.
And so if you did, it was like, dang, what is she doing for him? Uh,
Mm-hmm.
what is, she providing something? I mean, it was let's see what's different.
Let me
So
let me ask you a question, Chuck. When did you start watching porn?
probably 13, my first. I mean, somebody gave us a Playboy book.
Okay. So who all did you see in those books and those movies?
You right, Jane.
So if Jane was the object of affection, my first was a white woman. You know what I'm saying? First time I busted in whatever, it was a white chick. So guess what? Every white chick I come into contact with, it was like that's the first thing I thought about. I only seen them as objects of affection, so to speak. To be politically correct. So I hadn't met one that I couldn't conquer, or you know what I'm saying, or I couldn't, be with in a specific way. You know what I'm saying when it comes to what I was watching on TV, or you know what I'm saying. Growing up, I mean, you know what I mean. We didn't have a lot of black beauty. You know what I mean. We didn't have the black models. We didn't have the you know what I'm saying? The for lack of better words, we didn't have that Halle Berry when I was a kid. You know what I'm saying?
And
We
they
had
didn't it wasn't put in front of us
right. So the
because
first time I can honestly tell you, the first time I ever seen a black woman in porn had to been in the late '90s, early 2000s. So I didn't have the same look, like a black woman doing some of the type of shit that was going on, and you know what I mean. Like we had our
because
freaks,
yeah
we had
because
that one chick, you know what I'm saying. But again, I ain't had no money, and shit. That motherfucker, if she was doing it like that, I ain't have action at it. You know what I'm saying?
so now you see the kind of the difference on how I felt. Just like it wasn't normal for us to actually see a black woman in porn. So if you saw her in there, you'd be like, oh man, well, that's what it is. It's nasty. And so again, yeah, the first time I actually saw it, that means saw Playboy was in a book that a man just gave to us walking down the street. He just chunked it to us. We got it, looked at it. Whoa, hold on, everybody was supposed to see this. And
Yeah.
so when we saw that, what we saw was it was it was wild, crazy. It did something to us. It made us, made us look at something different. But then also it was freaky. So our mindset changed when we saw it. And so now it put in my mind, oh man, they all finna get down like that. That's what you see.
Mm-hmm.
But when I have to look at the big picture, what was I attracted to? You can go watch and look at Farrah Fawcett and all this. The Blue Lagoon. Oh, the Blue Lagoon. I fell in love with her. With what's her name? But it was just one of those things that it was just only in the movies. I knew I never experienced it. Well, I thought I never
Was that Bo
experienced it.
Derek in that movie? Bo
That
Derek was
was
in something else.
Blue Lagoon with what's his name? If you wouldn't ask, I would have said because
Yeah.
I'm looking right now. But that was the Blue Lagoon. That was our time. That was the first action of seeing some stuff that we probably shouldn't have seen.
Right.
And then you actually then hit one of those channels and you go to it and okay, but when you start thinking about the different races, I never wanted to deal with the headache of somebody testing me. I never wanted to have to explain why we together. I never wanted to explain. So why do you go through that knowing that you finna have to deal with the headache, maybe get in trouble, maybe hurt somebody, trying to protect what you in?
Because times was different. Times was changing at that time, right? You know what I mean? Like the only thing I had to go by for black women is NWA. You know what I'm saying? Or it was the ignorance of my part, right? Because it was the lack of travel, the lack of of being being exposed, right? So it's the lack of exposure at that age for me, right? You know what I mean? So and I'm not saying that I was not attracted to black women, so to speak, but it was the wow, my life changed. You know what I'm saying? Dealing with this white woman. You know what I mean? Like I didn't have to wear old clothes no more. I didn't have to, look a certain way. I was able to look a certain way. I was able to dress up, tuck my shirt in my pants and really look cool. You know what I'm saying? Because it was like, oh my God, now I'm in a world where I'm looked at as not the little guppy. You know what I'm saying? I'm a big fish now because everything changed around me. And then
So Johnny just asked, he say, don't we all date what we're attracted to?
Well, yeah, but I mean, at the same time, for some people, it goes a little deeper than that. You right? So, and again, we're adults now, so we're not having these same conversations that we did when we're 18 and 19. You know what I mean? At 18 and 19, man, we trying to get that thing wet, and whoever trying to give it to us, we trying to jump in it. Now it's a little bit more. It's a little bit more technical, behind the people that we're interested in, and it's not the fact that it's a specific culture, because I don't like to use the words black and white. It's a culture thing, right? But even growing up, if we had a white neighbor, but she was that woman she had to have been a freak, man. Living in the projects, she had 2 kids. They were both babies and shit. And you could hear her through the walls. Goddamn me getting her back blowed out. But as a kid, hearing that, like, damn, you know what I'm saying? Like, how do you escape that? And then as I started getting older, I got her around my nuts and shit. And the motherfucker, trying to do some shit, man. It's that easy? Like, wow, I didn't know it was that easy. But it wasn't that easy because if I'm dealing with the women that are in my culture and we're going through the same struggle, they don't want me.
Okay. So mainly you felt that in your situation, they don't want to have nothing to do with you just on your mindset.
Right.
And so now I'm gonna deal with something that I know that I can get and that'll deal with me and make me feel the way I want to be felt.
Period.
So that was really your fear then.
Well, everything is about fear, right? You know what I'm saying? We do everything based on logic and fear. You know what I mean? The two things that are total polar opposites. You know what I'm saying? I never feared walking into a location with someone of a different culture But it was weird knowing that people was judging me based off of that.
Got
So as I got older, of course, I don't really. I mean, now as an older gentleman, I don't really give a damn about all this shit now. But as a youngster, yeah, it played a major role in how I dealt with specific situations. You know what I'm saying? But again, I look at the people that I grew up around in certain instances, and yes, I speak different. You know what I'm saying? My dialect is different. You know what I mean? Like I'm cultured differently. You know what I mean? I'm attracted to different things now. So it's totally different now than it was back then. And I really do want people to understand that, man, in those types of situations, it was just certain things you just didn't do, right? And everything that you looked at was criticized. You was ridiculed about it. But I'm telling you, bro, although I wasn't, I love you, son, you know what I'm saying, have a good day at school, none of that shit, but I was still never taught to hate, or dislike, or, look at people differently. That just wasn't in our makeup. You know what I mean? Like, I'd never seen that, bro. Like, so I can never sit here and say, oh yeah, man, as a black man, it's racial, this and that, blah. I didn't see all that shit, bro. So that's why I am the way I am now. I don't have these hangups about black and white, or, cultural differences. Now, don't get me wrong. Because of the cultural differences, it was easier to say, you don't understand. I'm black, you white, you'll never understand the struggle I went through, and blah, 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 and all this old type of shit. So it was easy to excuse myself away from it. But then as I started to really, dive into what interests me, you know what I'm saying? It was just the fact that, I no longer looked at black women were as a hindrance to my growth, but an addition. You know what I mean? And I started to really look at black women and just like, my God, how beautiful they are, and you know what I'm saying, the culture and everything was just so cool. You know what I mean? So it was easy to say, oh well, I did what I did, but this is what I'm attracted to now.
and then also I think one of the big things for me was,
What's
you
up,
know,
Uncle Bernie?
I always looked at, could I take her home? Then now and then it's like, but I know what I wanted to marry. So if I knew I wasn't gonna marry, it's almost like I really didn't want to have nothing to do with it. And then because I just didn't want the headache, and I never want to walk around, and get insulted. I never want to do that. And then I guess because I heard it so much, hey, keep them out of your business. Don't let them know everything you do. Why are you telling them that? You don't have to tell them that. It was always anger. When you talked about the other race. And so I think one of the things that when we did see it, it was a shocker because it was like everybody I know got a white woman because she was taken care of. And then the sister looking at me, and that's in our time, that's mainly they were getting taken care of. And they would mean sitting in the car, they'll wait on them, they come see all the homies, and she'll go get them something to eat, and maybe bring us something to eat. But it's just
Drop them
that's
off
what
at work and keep the car all day long and all that old type of shit.
right.
Yeah.
And then if grandmama, that they most of them, the ones that I knew, they stayed with grandmama, and so they would let you keep the car, and you riding around everywhere, and they see the car and she ain't in the car. But and I'm saying this to say, I think in my mindset, I just knew that I love black women. I love the built. I think I was attracted to the built and the beauty of the possibility of I can have the baddest black woman in the world. I just wanted. I wanted the baddest black woman. And then it's like, dang, my mind changed, and now I want the. I just want her to look good. She don't have to. She don't even have to have a butt. I wasn't thinking about that. Oh, she kissed me. Oh, that was the best thing in the world. So everything black to me was totally different because I think I had a little infatuation of I just wanted a nice, pretty black woman, and so I pursued that. I wanted her to love me. I wanted to be the best thing in the world. Now, I know I could go to the other side, but I knew that would I really be right? Would I really marry at that age? I can see it now because
Right.
that's life now.
Right.
It probably won't even be no more black and white if we keep on. It's gonna be the other.
What see, this is the whole thing for me, bro. Like I knew that there was a difference,
Mm-hmm.
but at the same time it was a selfish act, right? You did shit because you're young, you know what I mean? Marriage, man, I didn't have that. Marriage, I'm not, man, fuck that. I ain't no kids, no marriage. I ain't trying to do none of that shit. But I didn't do the things that it took to protect me from that, right? The chick that I was with at the time, before I met my kid's mom and shit, you know what I'm saying? And I can be truthful with this, you know, shit, I was in love with this woman. She was from Colorado, black chick, whatever. And, I was hurt, didn't want to leave the house and shit. My partner was like, man, let's get out the house. And one thing led to another, when we met them, and it was the situation where it wasn't easy. You know what I'm saying? She didn't fit that same, like, oh yeah, all I gotta do is spit a little game and I got it. I had to work, you know what I mean? And it was different. So, she was different. So, I don't want to get on her and be this whole, bash, other cultures type of dude or whatever the case is and shit. And even to this day, you know what I'm saying? We still cool. We locked in, right? But I think what happens in a lot of cases, and getting back to what you were saying about you wanted a black woman and you wanted to be the best man and this and that, blah, blah, blah. Man, I'm young, bro. I ain't think about none of that shit. I kicked out the house. I ain't have no plan, bro. You know what I'm saying? I didn't have no ambitions of college. Hell, I didn't even like fucking high school. And
you're gonna take whatever's given and whatever you can get,
if
and you're gonna try to make the best out of it.
And if it's not easy, if it's hard, then I can't do it. And that's why, I'm so appreciative of the man that I am today, man, because it's granted me the opportunity to meet so many different people and not have that hang up of oh, you're in a different culture, so you're different. Now, yeah, don't get me wrong, bro. I'm not sitting here saying like it ain't no fucked up people out here. All I'm saying is, like, for me, I still had that mentality. Like, I'm not finna sit here and ridicule and talk about you because you like a specific or inspecific thing. Like, you know what I'm saying? Whatever your cultural differences are, you know what I mean? Like, you have the ability to make a move that's gonna better you. Then shit, you do your thing. And I don't get into the whole black white thing because, man, it's childish at this point. You know what I mean? And by me having more years behind me that's in front of me, and hopefully, God sees differently. At 50, maybe I see 101, you know what I'm saying? Or 106. So now the conversation that we having now about more time behind and in front, you can't really make that statement. But at the same time, I'll say this. I do enjoy the company of a woman, regardless to what the nationality or culture is, because it doesn't create the falsities of fake love. You know what I'm saying? So anybody that you're dealing with now, if you still running game and playing stupid ass games and shit like that, bro, at this age, you really don't have a future with yourself. And I think that was a lot of me growing up. I didn't have self-love, bro. You know what I'm saying? I was missing out on a lot of things that I could have done to make myself happy. Even when I didn't feel like I had the love, or, you know what I'm saying? Or it took a long time, you know what I'm saying? And that's one of the things that we as men don't discuss, how emotionally damaged we are. and
And
and what that creates in us as being promiscuous or not knowing what we really want. So I applaud, fellas just like yourself, bro, that decided that, hey man, you know what, I'm gonna get married. And marriage is what's good for me. And at some point, maybe I'll reach that point. You know what I mean? Maybe
and I think
I was married before, but go ahead.
mine, D, you and I don't know if you heard my story. I mean, my love came from my mom and my grandmother.
Mm-hmm.
That was the first dealing of love, man. When I say if nobody was there, how they always say if nobody there, mama gonna be there. And mama and grandmama was the type that always told us we was gonna be good. Always pushed us. And when somebody pushing that in you, and then you watch how they take care of their husband and watch how it's almost like they cater. So we saw that, and I knew that I didn't want nothing less than what my mama was. I
Mm-hmm.
didn't want I wanted the same but better. I
Mm-hmm.
wanted somebody that was gonna make sure that if I go to work and I be the man that I'm supposed to be, that I got a meal when I get home. And I'm not, and this is a saying that I picked up on this year. Love will make you lie. Love will make you lie. You know how if you go write, if you could write down everything I thought when I was young, everything that I thought about because I saw somebody else. Love will make you lie. Because I said, man, I ain't never. But you let somebody treat you good and start showing you love and you start
Shit.
feeling that love and watch it just change your whole life and your whole mindset. And you be like, man, I didn't know it felt like this. Man, you care about me like that? You willing to do that for me? Baby, why not? Just imagine somebody saying, you don't deserve it? You don't think you deserve it? I mean, that's one of them feelings you used to taking care of everything, but then somebody say, baby, I got it. Don't worry about it. What? I ain't used to that. No, I'll take care of that. That. I think when we start feeling the love, it don't matter if they white, black, Hispanic, pink, blue. Look, I heard some people say, man, I'll never date a big girl. Man, I ran into a big girl that was so loving, man, you didn't have no choice but to love her
And
because
see,
she
and
was so sweet.
right. And I think we get into this. I think we get into this conversation where we get lost because we all dream about the nines and tens, and we forget
Right.
about the six and sevens, right? And now we gotta grade people like, okay, so yeah, all right, well, she considered a 9 or 10, but what comes with that? Maintenance. It's no different than owning a Ferrari or Benz or some high end piece of equipment or whatever the case is. There's maintenance that comes with the 9s and 10s, right? And although there may be maintenance that comes with the 6 and 7s, it's not the 9 and 10 type of maintenance. So, if you go out and you buy, a Chevrolet Cruze, you probably gonna get 33 miles to the gallon. You could probably go from here to Houston, on a half a tank of gas. But if you in that 9 or that 10, you know what I'm saying? You gotta be careful, like, if you get rock chips and shit like that, you trying to protect it at all costs. You're not even enjoying it because it stays in the garage for the most part. You know what I mean? And I can tell you the 9 and 10, you ain't putting a lot of wear and tear on the 9 and 10 because you want to preserve it. It's a trophy. You want it to look good no, it doesn't really. Life doesn't really work out like that for everybody. Yeah, some cats out here that's got 9s and 10s and they not happy. I know it's a lot of single 9s and 10s. Hell, it's a lot of single 12s. That perfect motherfucker. Attitude fucked up, or you show me the baddest chick on the planet, I show you two niggas sick and tired of her.
Hey, Drizzle said he going to the DR. It ain't nothing but tears out there.
Hey, and guess what? They all broke. And the
Hey,
ones that ain't broke, you got to spend the money for them.
and if you ain't spending the money, that 10 finna go get somebody else.
And guess what? When it's time for you to go home, guess who that 10 laid up with? That. You know what I'm saying? A cat that looked like the sole of your shoe. So you going out there, you picking you a 10 up for a weekend, but just know that the dude that's 3 clicks under you can pick that same chick with the right kind of money. So,
Man.
You gotta realize, man, like it's not, you know, people of all uh you know genres, are fucked up, man. Like, we have a situation that we don't have to be looked at as objects, but in fact, a lot of us are. You know,
So so and okay, so you're the object. Would you say the object is sometimes we put our people on the pedestal. We put
so
them we,
you you damn right we do, and that pedestal is only as high as you designed it.
mhm.
If you meet somebody, okay, let's just say a regular athlete, right? I looked up to Michael Jordan. I don't even want to use the term I looked up to Michael Jordan. I was in awe of Michael Jordan. You know what I mean? Like, the man was so cold at his profession. You know what I mean? That even as an adult man today, I still watch all of his old highlights. And I'm still impressed with his old highlights, right? But this man has been divorced. You know what I'm saying? This man did some, whatever, whatever, whatever. But because I don't know the man personally, all I have is the character that he is. And I think for a lot of us, man, we fall in love with a character. We don't even fall in love with the person because we don't even know who the person is. So when you talk about putting someone on a pedestal, are you putting a person or are you putting a character up there?
Most time they putting the person on the shelf. They mean it like a trophy. Ruth said it better. She said pretty much you put them on that little shelf just to say, hey, look what I got. And but do we really know what we have?
Well, I think that, but it's based off of perspective. It's no different, like Coach Drizzle, he's in the sound competitions, right? And we talked about this earlier. There's no different than putting your bike in front of 3 judges and asking them to judge your motorcycle. So 2 of them like what you got going on, 1 of them don't. Do you feel bad? No, 1 of them don't. 2 of them don't, and 1 of them does, right? So now, do you feel less of a person because 2 people said that your bike sound is not clicking on all cylinders? But yet you can take that same bike, put it in a parking lot full of people that love and respect you, and now you got the best bike on the planet. How many times have you heard, I ain't never seen nobody shit like yours, dude? You got to have the cleanest motherfucker on the planet. Those are the people that you support. Those are the people that put you up. You know what I mean? So when you talk about being a big fish in a small pond, that's what a lot of us are right now. Once we change ponds, then you're no longer the big fish and you just kind of fit in. Now you want to go back to what, somebody putting you on that pedestal. The problem is that you got so many people that's been on the pedestal for so long. Once the foundation starts to get shaky, or like Ruth said, once that shelf, the screws get loose, you know what I'm saying? A storm come in, those trophies are lost.
Get a little dusty. You got to be dusted off,
Yeah, yeah,
cleaned up.
yeah. I can tell you right now, you know what I'm saying? This is a diamond chain, but if I don't take care of it, diamonds will fall out. It gets cloudy, dirty, you know what I'm saying? And it doesn't look worth anything.
So what do we say to the woman that feels like we really didn't give them a chance, or we overlooked them, or that's all they knew? That's all they knew. I mean, they knew that they had to be tough. They didn't, for the man that's actually locked up, and now they left her to fend and take care of the kids themselves. I mean, but you done moved on and you done went to another race and you didn't even give me a chance. It's already, you know what they always say? Dang, all of y'all locked up and shooting. Now the ones that we do have, they take it.
So let me put it to you in a situation like this. Again, I'm not an expert, but if you alone with kids, that's a decision that you made. It's no different than going to school to be in a profession. So let's say you go to school to be a lawyer. And you go to school for 4 years to be a lawyer, but then when you finish school, you end up working for General Motors. Did you make a bad decision?
You made what was best for you at that time for whatever reason.
Okay, so how can you blame me for reaching my goals when you didn't have the fortitude to reach your goals?
To their defense, I would say I think it's just more looking at the hurt. It goes back to hurt. The
Yep.
hurt that, dang, I met somebody and or D didn't even give it a chance. He didn't give us a chance. And D, you done went off and then found something easy just because what? Because I disagreed or I had an opinion or maybe I have something to say. We don't know what pain or trauma they've been through. Maybe they didn't get the love. And
Right.
maybe they were seeking for you to be the one that give them the love, and then the ones that they are seeking, you see them, most of them start chasing the penitentiary. They didn't even care. It was so bad. They just say, "I just want a man." Hey, what time you want me to come visit you?
So
They got choices.
so let's look at it. Let's look at it in this scenario. You made a bad decision, so you put your expectations on me because of your bad decision making. Like, okay, you know how many women passed up on me? A lot.
Probably.
So if I don't go out seeking, romanticism, dating, conversation with women, can I blame them for passing up on me? Can I blame the woman that said no when I asked her out? Can I blame the young lady when I was in high school and had a crush on that say if somebody asks you if we go together, say no, we just talking? Like, what the fuck that mean? You get what I'm saying? So,
Yeah.
but I can't put that same expectations on the next woman. You know what I'm saying? So we get into this whole thing about what satisfies us, and we look all over ourselves. Because at the end of the day, if I can't make me happy, how can I expect for you to make me happy, right? Because we don't know what the fuck we want because a lot of us wasn't taught. A lot of us doesn't have the skill set to know. Bro, where I'm at right now, man, took me 24 years to understand. 24 years to understand that I am responsible for me. And because I'm responsible for me, and I have to be when I wake up and I leave the house, I got to, hey, how's it going, Charles? Hey man, how's your day going? That's gotta be me. I can't be walking around this motherfucker. How you doing? Yeah, what's up? Why are you speaking to me? Like I don't like you. Who does that?
Yeah.
So again, we get into this whole thing about what everything that we think about is so negative, and we wonder why people don't want to be around us. We wonder why people don't find us attractive because it's this ugly attitude that we carry because we're hurt. You know what I'm saying? Because we're damaged and we don't want to talk. We was talking earlier about the lives that I was doing at 5 o'clock. I don't do the live at 5 because it was therapy for me. And because I've gotten so comfortable with me, I don't need to I don't need to do the live at 5s as often as I do unless I got something I need to say. So even today, and even with us talking here earlier before we got on this live, you was like, man, from the time that I started talking to now it's totally different. I was boo-boo back then. You know what I mean? So now we can sit up and have a conversation. And I have, doing the show with Maestro was a plus. And even now doing the show with Backdraft every Wednesday. That's allowed me to create this being that you guys see in front of you that's able to communicate and talk about it and know that I do have flaws and I was emotionally damaged and I was, fucked up.
April said, "Bring a woman on."
You can send her the link if you got a number.
April, you want to come on?
Yeah, don't say bring a woman on if you ain't willing to come on, because everybody want to give you a resolution, but nobody want to resolve the you know you know what I'm saying. Hey, we need a woman's perspective. Well, shit, come on in. I don't want to talk. Well, then don't be making suggestions.
And I do agree, but a lot of them they really don't want to get on here. I mean, and with us, if you're gonna notice anything about us, it ain't about.
Oh, she said she is. Send her the link. Just forward it to her.
I might have it in this one. Okay, I got it.
Cause I'm gonna tell you right now, we're not above that. What's up, baby legs? Go to bed. It's past your bedtime, brother.
Hey D, it's in the other phone.
Oh, well you can.
If you send it to that one, send it to the 975-817-975.
Yeah, we ain't doing no tripping.
She says she ready.
She ready. Boom.
Yeah, but she said that's how I got here. You sure right. Hey, but again, I think with me, I wanted to make sure that I found somebody that loved me. I think you sent it to the 899. Somebody that loved me.
No, I sent it. I sent it to both of them.
Okay. Oh, got it. Okay. Yeah, somebody that just loved me, man. And my thing is, if she loved me, hey, that's all I needed, because I know who I am, and I know what I was gonna give, and so she was gonna.
Appreciate that, Leo.
She went. She was winning when she got me, because, hey, if she gave me what I asked for, oh, she gonna be good.
Right. What's up, baby legs? Hey, man, we just having some grown folks conversation. You know, we ain't talking about audio shit no more. This nighttime, man. We just chilling now. You know what I'm saying? My boy Chuck, he's getting ready to start his podcast, so we just wanted to kind of do a little test run, you know, just kind of get his feet wet and shit like that, man. But I do appreciate you checking in with me, bro. You all right with me? What's up, Midnight? And yeah, man. There's a lot of things that we as men don't talk about, Leah. There's a lot of things that men we shy away from, because women tend to be very critical of men that express themselves. You know what I'm saying? Women are very critical of men that express their vulnerability. You know what I mean? Because it sounds cool when you help a dude out in the moment, but because you help someone out in the moment, you think that your soul tied to him. You know what I mean? And that's the issue that we have, because just because you help someone out of a jam doesn't mean that you need to be in their life for the eternity. For eternity. We have a reason or a season. Sometimes you come into people's life just for that moment. That person needed to meet you. As we proceed and April comes on, if she decides that she wants to come on, this is somebody that I don't know and get the opportunity to meet, and maybe she can share some perspective, from a woman, and maybe I'll have a change of heart, or you know what I'm saying. Maybe it's just one of those things.
She said just a second, but while we waiting on April, let me say this. Sometimes, D. You said something that made me think. Sometimes people are only there for a season. Mm-hmm. Sometimes it's meant that when we have those individuals in our life that we dated, sometimes it's not meant to bring them back.
Right.
Sometimes it's meant they were just only good for that season. And, and believe me, every relationship I can say I learned something. Mm-hmm. I learned how to be a better person, a better friend, a better husband. Because what I did, I had to realize sometimes we carry on some extra baggage with that hurt, that extra baggage that we actually being daddies instead of husbands, or dictators instead of being their best friend. Without a friendship, you don't have nothing anyway. Right. Because the friendship is gonna outlast a relationship.
Right.
But we don't think that half of the time. We don't look at that half of the time due to the fact that Most time we got an agenda.
All
I
right,
need to
so
get on my feet.
so check this out, and not to interrupt you, Chuck, but I wanted to touch on this because Baby Legs is on here, and I know Baby Legs was a wild horse at one point, but Baby Legs met a woman that changed his life, you know, and got him away from being wild and got him away from, you know what I'm saying, being at the bars. And Baby Legs, if you still on here, if I'm wrong, you can correct me. But it's those types of situations, man, that a lot of people don't see. We as men, we have this wall, you know what I'm saying? And I'm not talking about what Trump putting up, you know what I mean? I'm talking about this wall of deceit, this wall of hate, this wall of anger, this wall of frustration. And when you get somebody that close to you that you allow them beyond that wall and they turn around and they keep adding bricks onto that wall, it is so hard for a man. And all I can speak from is from a man's perspective. I'm not for to sit here and say, oh, well, women got it easy because they're able to deal with their emotions. Man, women are fucked up too. Women put themselves in so many different situations because, oh, I love so hard. Oh, I love so hard. No, you're stupid. You're stupid. You don't think logically. You think with your emotions, a lot of you. And when you think with your emotions, you don't get the opportunity to see it from a logical perspective and say, man, you know what? I was stupid. But guess what's happening now? See, we want to say that women are not in their feminine energy. They're in their masculine energy. But everything that they've done, the food that they consume, the conversations that they have, they're having masculine conversations. You know, and again, we get into this whole argument about, you know, black and white and man versus woman. And the truth of the matter is, man, is we're fighting our own demons. And we need to correct that first before we can think about pursuing a healthy relationship with anybody else, man. I look, I'm gonna be real transparent with y'all with this one also. You know, I would have dreams, right? So I grew up in the projects. You know, I ain't never been no secret about that for me. But all of my dreams, I could never get out the projects. And I've had a bunch of experiences outside of the projects. But all of my dreams was in the projects. And it's usually me walking into an empty apartment that the door won't close. So I could never figure out what the fuck was going on with that. Like, why am I having these dreams? And the truth of the matter is bro, it's me trying to protect something that wasn't there and not being able to go home. Because when you don't have a home, you can't go home. You get what I'm saying? So all of that is due to the lack of love. There was no love in that house. So when I have these dreams about walking into an empty house, I'm walking into something that doesn't have love in it. It's not a home. It's just a house. It still got furniture in it. Ain't no electricity running. It's just ain't nobody around. It's just me in an empty ass apartment. So when we start having these types of conversations, and when we as men can start having these conversations, it makes it easier for other men to step in and say, man, you know what? I feel the same way. I can't go home. I don't have a home to go home to. You know, my mom's gone, never knew my pops. You know what I'm saying? I'm a classic story. I'm a statistic, if you want to say. You know, a nigga growing up in the projects, you know, ain't got no fucking future, whatever the blah, blah, blah. But here I am, a different man. I stand in front of you as a man, and I'm able to say I made mistakes. I cry. I laugh. You know what I'm saying? I move mountains. But there are those times that I make mountains out of molehills. But through conversation with men such as yourself, you know, other fellas that, you know, black that comes, you know, that's in my life, I'm able to communicate that pain and that hurt where a lot of men won't. We hide behind that wall, bro. But I'm telling you, ladies, if that man let you behind that wall and you fuck over him, it's a wrap for you.
And that's a true statement because me, I think that's it's almost like betrayal. I mean, I want to be the man that I know I am. I want to be that one that when I get weak, don't hold it against me. I get tired, I get stressed out. I wanna sometimes just be able to come home and tell the story. And if and when a man can't go home and tell the person that he loves what's going on, you really feel alone.
Mm-hmm.
You really feel like who do I have? Who do I go to when I'm there for everybody else? You know, one of those situations. But it goes back to woe is me. And believe me, you said something that was so key. Now just imagine your life and you did have love. What would who would Deesky be?
Mm-hmm.
If that's all he saw, who would he be? And then how would he see just women, period? Would he be thinking a little different? Would he be loving a little more? Would he be coaching a little more? I mean, you didn't have time to worry about a woman and nobody else because you too busy worrying about you. And so most time when we in bad situations, we what we do, we tend on focusing on us, making sure we get right, like you said. And once we get right, then we can be there for somebody else. Then we can help somebody else. Then we can start. Let me be right first. And then if I do allow you in my life, walk there with me. Just walk with me. You know, my motto is, I'm there when you got it, I'm there when you lose it, and I'm gonna be there when you get it back. And we gonna sit back and laugh and cry about what we've been through. See, this is kind of the relationship where sometimes, you know, I feel like maybe we hard on women. Maybe maybe we're not really looking at the big picture of or the pressures that they have are always getting hit on or getting attacked or getting abused. I mean, it's a lot of things that we don't think about, and not to just say race, but let's look at the black woman for a minute. I mean, dang, you got some had to go through fighting their uncles off. Some had to go through just didn't feel love. Some just felt that they wasn't enough. I don't know, D.
But it's not just a culture thing though, and that's why this is what I want to fight. You know, I want to fight this culture difference because it's not just about, you know, and again, you know, we protect our own skin, but it's more than just that. You know what I'm saying? Like there's a lot of people out here. You know, it's not just women having to fight their uncles off now, bro. It's not just women having to fight off, you know, the abuse. You know, we have a society that's sick, you know, and we got everything and everybody is, you know, so sexually active that it's not just the women. I mean, I'm looking at articles where women are teachers and running trains with students and, you know, having sexcapades. And where was these teachers at when I was little? You know, when I was young, shit, you know, as a young, you know what I'm saying? But it's nasty as we think it is. It's healthy in their mind. They don't see anything wrong with it. And where did that come from? You know what I mean? So there's a lot of us dealing with a lot of demons, man. And if you don't think that those demons are real, man, you are sadly mistaken. You are sadly mistaken. And there's no turn back once you do something to a kid, in my eyes. Because you knew what you were doing and you took advantage, you know what I'm saying, of someone, and you took their innocence away. And I think that's what happens to a lot of us, man, men and women. You know, our innocence is taken away from us at a young age. And how many of us had to grow up fast? You know, how many of us had to be put in that position where you were babysitting in the second grade, in the third grade, in the fourth grade? You got to watch your siblings and shit like that. Like, you're not mentally capable of doing that. So when you finally break free of those chains, now you got to deal with the reality of outside.
Right.
And I don't think people understand that what people go through, and we create these visions of perfection in our minds, right? And because I have a vision of perfection in my mind, going back to these women with these numbers, if I see a 9, 10, yes, I admire and I desire. But when you know that 4 or 5 gonna have your back, that 5 or 6 gonna do whatever you need them to do, that 7 or 8 is gonna be there to keep you straight. You know what I'm saying? You ain't on the camera no more. Yeah, you gotta. Yeah, keep going. Keep going. There you go. Yeah.
Okay.
So I think what you doing is you seeing yourself fully on your shit, but you got to look at the camera that's on the internet. That's how you know when you lined up. But nonetheless, man, I didn't want to make this a big ordeal, man, and I definitely don't want to keep you from saying your piece and shit. But I had a lot on my mind because me and Backdraft hadn't did the show in a couple of weeks. So go ahead and do your thing, bro.
Yeah. No, it's good, man. And I just want to say, this is something really, I'm gonna say, new and challenging to me, because to have these conversations, you always got to keep an open mind. And not only do you keep an open mind, you gotta really look at, and you gotta ask yourself sometime, what did they go through?
Right.
What did they go through? And why do they think the way they think? And we say we can always say somebody's wrong, but are they truly wrong if that's their lifestyle, if that's what they've been through? Mm-hmm. And so when we start thinking about that, now we be a little sympathetic to saying, you know what, now I understand. D, I understand why you think the way you think. I understand why love was not your forte. I say your forte back then. And I understand, because I used to laugh all the time and say, D, you'll say it like that? Or D, you'll do it like this? Like, man, why would you do that? But then when you get to know somebody and you understand and you hear their story, then you're like, nah, it makes sense. Mm-hmm. We say over and over, man, you always hear people saying, I'm grown. But you don't, grown is here, mentally, in the head and in their heart. Because you got to have life experiences really to understand what it takes to be grown. To make those decisions and say, why do I not like her? Or how do I have this conversation and be honest and tell you get on my nerves, but don't get offended, but you get on my nerves. Why we can't talk like that? Why we just can't be real like we talking to one of the fellas and just say, man, let me tell you something. My feelings get hurt. You always hollering your feelings get hurt. Your feelings don't get hurt. You a man. What that mean? Mm-hmm. I get hurt. I feel some type of way. I get in my feelings. But sometimes I got to sit back and say, you know what? All right.
Man, I'm going to tell you, there's a bunch of niggas in prison right now because they got in their feelings.
You're right.
And again, I think we need to stop using the term I'm a grown-ass man and start using the term I'm a growing-ass man, because we're continuing to cut ourselves off by using that term. We're not perfect, and we're going to keep going. So if we're going to keep going, we're going to keep growing. If a plant ain't growing, it's about ready to die. So instead of saying I'm a grown ass man, that means that you've reached a plateau. You don't have anything left. But I don't want to be a grown ass man. I want to be a growing ass man. And just to tap on what April said, she said, why can't a 9 or 10 be that person that you need? And I'm not saying that a 9 or 10 can't, but in our society, it is deemed that the 9 or 10 is looking for more help than they are looking to help someone because of the admiration that's been shown to them over the course of their lives. So that's why I said that.
Or would you say entitlement?
Well, that too. It's not, and again, it's you do. There are that 9 and 10 that's the luck of the draw, bro, and you get one, and you like, man, I want to hold on to this, and then you realize, like, man, this bitch crazy. You know what I'm saying? Like, I wasn't expecting this, and is it worth the risk because of the looks, or you know what I'm saying? But again, it's one of those things that we have and access to, and you know, not everybody's going to be attracted to me, you know, and if you were a single man, not everybody's going to be attracted to you. But the simple fact that once you get to know me beyond the look, you know, that's why you have a lot of women that we deem are 2s and 3s, you know, with kids, multiple, you know, and different baby daddies at that particular point, you know. So it's not about what you, it's not about what you are, it's what you respond to. You know what I mean? At the end of the day.
So what advice would you say to just women in general on what a man wants, what a man really wants when he look at them?
So I would say that's based off of the individual. You know, I'm the type of person that if you don't bring out the asshole in me, I'm not going to be an asshole to you. You can bring out something so loving in me that you would never even think that I've gone through what I've gone through, because I'm not going to show you that side of me. And I'm going to treat you in the exact same way. I don't want to bring out the person you was. I want to bring out the person who you want to be, who you desire to be. You know, that as they say now, your soft girl era. Now, April said that she's going to challenge me to something. I don't know what that challenge is going to be, or what you're challenging me, but you have the link. So, sweetie, you can call in at any time and we can make this official. But a lot of times, man, we get so caught up in our own ways, bro, that we don't even get a chance to really get to know people, man. You know what I'm saying? Like, I want to get to know you. I want to know what's your, you know what I'm saying? Who are you? You know what I'm saying? You know, we get, you know, and I was one of these cats, man, I don't want to hear about your ex. But maybe I do want to hear about what I don't need to do, right? But if we're in a relationship and your ex keep popping up, you know what I'm saying? Your ex is still a hindrance in your life, and you trying to work something out with me, man, keep it moving. You know what I'm saying? Don't drag me down that alleyway because I ain't asked for it. You know what I mean? So I think that we all have the ability to learn one another, man. I just think that we get so much in a rush and the lack of patience because we're in this microwave society, and we got goldfish memory, and we got squirrel mentality. You know what I'm saying? We had been in the middle of a conversation. Say squirrel. Okay, hold on. So we got a new visitor. Let's see what and this is April.
Yeah.
April, come on in. Come on in, April. How you doing tonight?
I am good. How are you guys? You guys seem to be, burning it up over here.
We're burning up? What you mean?
Listen, your conversation is hot, on fire.
Oh, okay, well, I appreciate that. You know, how was your Thanksgiving? Let's just get the formalities out the way.
It was wonderful.
Okay.
It's been a good break so far.
All right, that's what's up. April, where are you from?
You know me.
I know you.
I'm Caliente. Yes, you do.
Show enough. Okay, I ain't know your real name. I got you. Okay, well, that's what I'm talking about. We got a Fierce Lady Rod in the building.
Yes, sir.
Okay. Hey, April, I'm sorry. You know what I'm saying? You know how we are. Okay. Formalities. You know what I'm saying?
So, April.
No worries. Que paso?
April, before you start, I want to say this.
Okay.
You have to be open and honest. Your truth is your
10-4.
Truth, and we're gonna accept it how it is.
Got to. Ain't no other options.
All right. So, April, you were speaking of the challenge, right? So, because I made the comment about, the 9 and 10, maybe not be for everybody or whatever the case is. So there's more often than not that the 9 and 10 is it's more of as Chuck said, the privilege, the privilege of being attractive your whole life, right? So you don't have the same you may not experience the same ups and downs as a 4 or 5 or a 6 or 7.
I would say it's worse.
You would say it's worse.
I would.
Why would you say it's worse?
Because there is so much smoke blown your way
Mm-hmm.
or our way, or I don't even say I'm a 9 or 10. I don't even appreciate that.
Right, right.
However, I feel like with a good looking individual, right, you get almost too much attention
Mm-hmm.
and not enough real
Mm-hmm.
that, it's like the rich person in medicine. They're going to get, you don't really get the real. You get a whole bunch of BS, a whole bunch of men who feel like they're entitled to maybe a 9 or 10,
Mm-hmm.
but don't want to put in the work for that. Oh,
I,
I got money,
right.
so therefore you should be bowing down to me,
Right.
but
Right.
I'm not really going to put in the work for that. I'm not really emotionally intelligent to handle somebody who's not only a 9 or a 10, right, but
Mm.
who's got her own, who's doing her own thing, who doesn't necessarily need,
Mm-hmm.
right? I don't need somebody to come through and save me. I
Mm-hmm.
don't, and I think a lot of women are feeling that pain.
Right. Well, and not to discount that, because if you've dealt with that, then you absolutely know. You know what I mean? Because again, like, and I wanted to reiterate that I do understand that because of your looks, you're more apt to deal with the knucklehead. You know what I'm saying? Or, like, as you would say, the person that doesn't deserve the 9 or 10, but yet and still feels like they got to put so much effort into creating this facade to make you look at something differently than what it really is. Am I?
Right. The
Yeah.
substance isn't there.
Right,
A lot of
exactly.
times the substance isn't there.
Right. So, we have this thing where you being a very attractive person, that you're unapproachable. You know what I mean?
I was, yes.
You know what I'm saying?
And so
So,
the quality might decide not to do that, right?
mm-hmm.
Like, oh, I know I'm quality. I know I've got whatever going on for myself. And
So,
you're not going to get necessarily approached by somebody who, has the characteristics you're looking for because they feel like you're sedity, dingy, or whatever else along those lines.
Right.
April, do you feel like that you're really an approachable woman?
I think anybody who's trying to talk to me would feel that way.
Well, I think. Let me tell you what I think. But let me tell
Okay.
you what my opinion is. Right.
All right.
My opinion is, when you are attractive, you have to warm up to people, because you have to be on your toes about what type of information or what type of signal you're giving out to people, right? Because
Okay.
especially in the field that we're in our extracurricular activities, and I'm using finger quotes,
Lifestyle.
our lifestyle, you have to be mindful of the type of,
Absolutely.
vibe that you're giving, because you could be a nice person to the wrong person, and that kindness is mistaken for a weakness, so to speak. Well, just because she's pretty, she may be an airhead, or I may have to work a little extra hard because I know that she's gonna be thinking a certain way. But knowing who you are now as Caliente as opposed to April, I can say that when our first interaction, it wasn't like oh, hey, how's it going? It was like, oh, hey, how you doing? You know what I'm saying? Now it's because you've warmed up to us. You know what I'm saying? It's a lot more. Hey, what's up, bro? You know what I'm saying? It's a lot more relaxed. You're not as uptight as you were when you
And
first.
I'll get Didi, I was getting ready to say
Tight.
that because the first time that I met her, uh, she kind of just stood up there and everybody was kind of greeting and she was just like, hey, you got to give you that little swag, but it's almost like she was getting to know or getting used to being around. And then I remember the
Well,
first time. Come on.
I don't mean to interrupt. I apologize. But I think what ends up happening is if you're too friendly, you're too friendly.
Mm-hmm.
And there's a
Right.
stigma behind that as well. So for for us especially who are on our own, right, and doing our own thing, if you're hyper friendly, oh man, then you must be hyper loose as well,
Right.
right? And so for somebody who's, so you got to sit back and watch what's going on and, kind of maintain a certain, because, you know, not hyper loose.
Right.
And that would be, and it's so interesting because I hear you guys talking about love and affection and all this stuff and what you would expect from a woman and the baggage that you have. And I'm here to say and guaranteed we have the exact same, a lot of us have the
Mm-hmm.
exact same amount of baggage. You don't get to, and I hate to even say it out loud, grown, because I do feel like if you're grown you never have to say so,
Mm-hmm.
right? That speaks for itself. um that when you're pulling up and you're doing what you do and you're engaging, if for us, if we are not careful, then all of a sudden the last guy that tries to hug you every time he sees you, you're automatically in a relationship with, or he's
Mm-hmm.
automatically had a piece of that or whatever else. And that's not what you're trying to show. That's not what you want to be known for.
Right.
And there's enough of that out there. And
Right.
I have to
So
honestly say, I kind of blame women at the same time
Mm-hmm.
because, if I've had a conversation with you for 15 minutes and you're asking for my room key, we have a problem.
Mm.
But that
so
happens so often, it's pitiful,
Right. And it's
so
because of the
so
women before you. Go ahead, Chuck.
right?
well, but is that really fair to say the women before her? And
Yes.
I'm gonna say, okay.
Definitely
So
fair.
I'm gonna hey, but we don't have a percentage of that. We
It,
know
it,
it's
it
we
don't
know it's
even
not
matter. It
her.
don't even matter if it's 50 women that's happened to. If it's 50 women in any particular situation, at least 35 has been
No,
in that
no,
type of situation. Come on, Chuck, man. Let's
no.
now we've been telling the truth this whole time. Don't start lying now,
Okay,
bro.
okay,
Don't start
hold,
lying
okay,
now.
okay. I'm gonna give you that. I'm gonna give you that. I'm gonna say it's less than that, and I'm gonna and this is the stick. This is where I think for people that mainly that don't ride are mainly the ones that's actually more active. I'm saying I'm saying this to say not only that, but we have to look at the men as well because I done been in a situation where I done heard some stuff and it's like, say man, you couldn't wait till I leave. Dang, you mean I feel uncomfortable with what you just said.
Okay. Let's look at let's look at it from this perspective. I'm not blaming men for some of their miscues. All I'm saying is based off of where the ladies are in this industry. You know what I'm saying? Like there's a lot of free play, so to speak. And April, she didn't pay her internet bill. That's why she had to leave us so abruptly.
I apologize. I lost you guys there for a minute.
Yeah, I know. We got a thing that when you fall off, man, you ain't pay your internet bill.
Oh well, I
Yeah.
think I just pulled up to my house, so from my car to my house. So there it is.
But
Y'all were talking so much, I was like, oh my gosh, I gotta hurry up.
no, you was all good. We seen you falling off. That's why we had to, pick up the slack. That's what
Uh,
that's what we do as men. We pick up the slack. You know what I'm saying? When y'all
ten
fall off,
four.
you know what I'm saying?
That's what you're supposed to do.
Exactly. That's all I'm
Just
saying.
like, and I hear, like, I was hearing all this stuff. I'm like, man, you guys are expecting. I feel like you should expect whatever out of that you expect from yourself. You should be able to expect from your woman as well.
Okay, so and that's the thing that I have. So that's why I have such an issue with the word expectation. Uh, the
Mm.
there's a certain level of expectation that you should with an individual. You know what I mean?
Mhm.
If I say I love you because of how you make me feel, should I expect for you to say it back, or should I expect for you to feel that way about me?
No.
Okay, so the level of expectation that we put on people should not be that of our own, but the level of expectation from one person to another. You know what I'm saying? I love you as a person, therefore, I should attract people that have the same love for me that I have for them. But a lot of times we get caught up in this what we want, so we tell the person we want that we love them with that expectation, knowing that that person loves someone else. You know,
Wait, what you mean, D?
let me let me just say that sound like she over there pouring up some bumpy face. But let me
Hey.
get out your business, huh?
I told you I was home.
Already, I ain't mad at you.
Hold on,
But
hold on.
so
There we
what
go.
what I'm saying is we've been caught up into these situations where, let me just say as a man and me myself personally, that I've loved a woman that I know didn't love me. So because I loved her, I put that expectation on her for her to love me when she loved someone else. So I was wrong in assuming or expecting the expectation from her because of how
There
I
wasn't a
felt.
conversation.
But
I feel like a lot of times when there's a conversation had about goals, objectives, whatever, hey, this is what we're doing, this is not what we're doing, then if I'm telling you, I'm just dating,
right,
I don't really want anything serious,
right.
right? Then I've told you exactly what it is that I want, how I feel. And a lot of times I feel like as individuals, man or woman, it doesn't matter. We want to try to alter what we heard,
Mm-hmm.
Hmm.
come up with our own scenario,
Mm-hmm.
and instead of honoring that person and what they've said and their expectations. And I think a lot of times it's okay to say, you know what, that's not what I'm looking for.
Mm-hmm.
We try to force
So,
an issue where it doesn't need to be forced.
It's unexplained
so,
expectations.
But that's the issue, it should be explained.
Mm-hmm.
If you're not
but,
looking for something while you're calling my phone, well, hey, you said that you weren't looking for something. That's not what I'm about right now. I want something. I
Mm-hmm.
want whatever it is.
Mm-hmm.
Then that's different, right?
Mm-hmm.
Because it's explained, it's understood. There's nothing that I haven't told you that you haven't told me from the beginning, right? Because
but,
I've loved a man who hasn't loved me, or not the way that I needed.
Mm-hmm.
And it's not that that person was a bad person. He just wasn't for me.
Right. Go ahead, Chuck.
so even though, okay, you heard what she said. She said that she made it understood. But is it really understood when, I mean, it's almost like starting. I mean, dating somebody, and they tell you, "Well, I'm just right now. I'm just dating, and I'm just chilling." But his intentions is to make that his woman. Would you agree?
Well, it's that's the thing about the intent, right? Intent ain't expectation. You know what I mean? Like I can, I intend to date women of all cultures. You know what I'm saying? But the expectation is, you know, I only want to hit him. You know what I'm saying? I only want to. I'm not here for a long time. I'm here for a good time. You know what I'm
But
saying?
why would we waste time though?
But because that's the part of growing and the part of living in our lives, like you said before. You know what I'm saying? We're living. A lot of us are living a lie because we say what we want And what we don't realize is that we get what we need when we don't expect it. See, the thing about asking for what you want and being specific, you tend to find that person when you're not looking for them. Because a lot of times we're put in these situations that we haven't healed ourselves. So now we're into this whole situation like, oh, I just don't want to be lonely anymore. And the loneliness lives within you, not the longing for someone else. Once you get away from the loneliness within you, then whoever you find is it's gonna seek you out. You know what I mean? It's the law of attraction. And when you have the law of attraction and you understand that, bro, there's nothing, you don't have to force anything. It's going to happen regardless because it's so natural. And we get into this whole thing about we try to force the naturality of it when all the while it's what we want and we're forcing a situation that doesn't exist.
So let me say this to her, to what April said. April said she's pretty much letting them know that you're not you're not interested. Dang, why is this? You're not interested at all, right? I don't know why I'm getting tongue tied. So because you're not, this is with us. You have to know me. I want to make sure women really know us, and I'm gonna talk for 60% of the men. We can't put ourselves in a sit. Well, y'all can't put y'all. I'm trying to be careful with D. You looking at me.
I must be in there 40% because Chuck. Chuck speaking for 60, man. I'm on that 40% tab.
Okay, I'm on the 60.
All right.
The 60 says, I don't have time to be wasting. I'm not playing any games. I see something I want. I'm gonna pursue it. And if I can't have it, then I'm gonna move on.
18%.
Cool with it. I can be cool with it, but I don't want to waste your time, and I don't want you wasting my time, because the thing is, when I'm thinking that you just don't know right now, and I really want to see, and I want to get us a chance, I'm really wasting my time because it sounds like in her mind, I just told you. And if I told you, if I'm wrong, tell me. I just told you, and by what I told you, you shouldn't even be expecting to even.
No.
But Chuck, you speaking as a husband. You're not speaking as a
No, I'm no.
Chuck, you speaking as a husband. You speaking as a husband.
I think.
Okay, so
I think you're speaking as somebody who wants to have somebody in their life.
Yeah, he's speaking as a husband.
Wants to maintain a relationship in their life.
He's speaking as a husband.
Girlfriend, a husband, a situationship, whatever that is. You know, being a single individual out here right now, I mean, I would say 90% of the men who come try to talk to me are looking for for a room key in 15 minutes. Mm-hmm. I'm gonna buy you a drink now. Can I take you home?
And it's not that you even give off that energy. It's the fact that the men that are in our lifestyle has been so easy. You know, it's been so easy to achieve that. And again, because you're the new face on the block, let's see how easy she is.
But to watch this, the perception. Now I remember when we used to ride back when everybody went to Sycamore Park. For those that don't know, that's a park that everybody used to hang at. Mm-hmm. It wasn't nothing but a handful of people riding. But watch this, because they picked up and they think if you ride motorcycles now, you get the girls, you get this. So now so it's the mentality of I'm in a club now. So man, what do? Man, we don't do nothing but we just hit.
So
we go around hitting everybody.
So Chuck,
that ain't the way it is.
So Chuck, let me tell you something, man. Let me call the other little small percentage to the square, homie. When I first started riding, brother, you know the reason why I bought a motorcycle? Because them niggas was going to put women on the back of them bikes, bro. We was going to hit the club, bro. I'm talking about now. Don't get me wrong, cause I ain't, I was a square. You know what I'm saying? I ain't really, I wasn't really that dude. You know what I mean? So, but that was the whole purpose of me buying a motorcycle because I wanted to pick up women, and never did. Right? And we get caught up in these situations like, man, our partners, because they do whatever the fuck they do, we want that same action. Like, man, that shit looks attractive. And then as you go on through, it's like, man, I could have died fucking around. You know what I'm saying? Because I had ill intentions, right? Like I had no idea that 22 years later I still be riding motorcycles and enjoying them, or the way that I am now. And it's the camaraderie around the people that do ride now. And yeah, you're right. It was not a lot of women riding motorcycles back then. That is something new within the last 15 years. That the number has jumped substantially. But even now, you would think, like, as a man, as a biker, like, man, you know what? It would probably be convenient to be in a relationship with a woman that owns her own motorcycle. But do you really not want to have that woman in the back of your bike holding on to you? You know what I'm saying? As y'all cruising down the street and doing all this old type of shit. Now, look, don't you do that, April. Don't you do that. Don't you do that. You see, that's
It
why
might be cute
it might be
around
cute.
town, but when we making it to mile marker zero, you want me on my own ship.
You goddamn right I do. But I'm just
Okay,
saying though.
so
But at some point, and you looking at it the same way. I mean, you know what I'm saying? Like, you got your own shit. You know what I'm saying? We can have this lovely ride, and then when we get off the bike, we can, blah 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 blah. But at the same time, I know how uncomfortable it is to be like, God damn, it's hot, man. You can't slide back no more. You know what I'm saying? But I
so
digress.
then it's better.
It, all I'm saying is there's a thin line between having your woman wanting her own motorcycle and you wanting her on the back of yours. Don't do that. Don't do that. We
So
know you like to ride.
okay,
See, and that's
so
what I'm saying. So women like to ride now. So now, now I'm gonna tell you right now, don't
I
get it
know,
twisted, because I
I
will hop on
know.
the back. I
All
will hop on the back. You goddamn right, I'm gonna hop on the back.
you know what? Next time I see
Yeah,
you,
I want.
I'm
Hey,
gonna make you
I ain't
do it.
taking no ride like that, but I'm taking that picture. I'm taking that picture.
Oh,
You
hop
know I
on.
got a big cushy back seat too.
Hey, look,
You gonna be my
shit.
back fat niece?
Shit.
You gonna be
Hey,
my back fat?
April, make sure you do a brake check on them.
Oh, Chuck, that's gay, man. That's gay. Don't handle me like that, bro. See, the
Hey,
conversation
do a
was going good. Now you
hey,
want to throw it back? You want to throw a break check in on me, man? I ain't got shit.
hey,
Boy, you childish
but
as
You
hell,
know,
man.
hey, but
it's
look,
so interesting
it's
because there's a lot of women who would love to just be just that, right? They would love to just be on the back. They would love to be just taken care of. They would love to be, and you just fill in that blank, especially with y'all two. Y'all two always pulling up looking like, ooh, right?
What does that mean? What is
Right?
Aaron? What that mean?
That's a good thing, though. That's a good thing.
I be in my
Right? You're
own
like,
zone,
Hey,
ooh.
man.
hey, and you know what, bro? Me too. Because at Caliente, man, I don't. I'm in my own lane. I don't. You know what I'm saying? I ain't.
It's just true.
I,
But,
Hey,
when
I
we
be in my
roll,
own
when
zone,
I'm pulling
and what
up,
I be thinking, this is what I be thinking when I pull up. Did my music sound right? Did I have the right?
I know mine sound good, so I don't be. I don't be. That is not a thought of mine. You know what I'm saying? I don't think about the
I'm
music
like,
at
let me
all.
turn this down because y'all don't know nothing about this. Let me turn it down a little
Yeah,
bit.
shit. I'm gonna rock out. You know what I'm saying? But no, Calendar, what was you saying? I'm sorry. We ain't. We want to
No,
give you the
y'all are good. No,
opportunity.
I'm just saying there's a lot of women I think, who are out there who would love to be number one in your book. But as much as that is, I do feel like you were saying something earlier about expectations for women and all sorts of stuff. I think at a certain point we have to have expectations for ourselves,
Mm-hmm.
right?
Yep. That's where it
Because
starts.
I know you and we good, you know, as much as one person might be attracted to the other and vice versa, it doesn't necessarily make you compatible,
Right.
right?
Right.
So there's a level of knowing yourself and being honest with yourself and then having the emotional maturity
Mm-hmm.
to express that, right?
Yep.
Like, I say I'm not jealous, but I don't think I'm good with you having a PO,
Mm.
right?
Right.
That's me, right?
Right.
I'm just kind of putting it out there, just really hypothetically, but
Right.
I don't know if I could handle that. I don't know if I'm not the one who can handle that, because I feel like when I call, you need to come.
Mm-hmm.
I don't feel like if anybody else call you like I call you,
Yeah. You feel like you should be enough for any
that's
situation.
it. That's it. And I'm not talking negatively about any of that. I'm
Right.
just saying that as for Caliente speaking, for me only, I know myself well enough to know I am not good with the following. Don't make fun of me. I'm a big old girl, right? I'm good with it. In terms of my 6 foot self, right?
There, you 6 foot.
And that's just what that is.
Man,
Huh?
stop standing over me like that, man. Stop making me feel like a little
Yeah,
old bitty dude.
yeah, you just, right?
Oh, no. Look, Chuck, she be doing this shit on purpose and shit. What's up, little nigga? Yeah, you know what I'm saying? I put my tall shoes on too. What's up, little nigga? You know what I'm saying? I see you down there. You know what I'm saying? It's all good. But I digress.
You know, it's just
Go ahead.
I tell those individuals who have a complex about my height, climb trees, right? That's what I tell them.
We wasn't ready.
Hey, girl, go lay down.
I can't help your I can't help that. You know, I just,
Hey,
So is that an issue for you? Is that an issue for you?
you know,
Is that a real issue for you because you're tall?
okay, so I'm going to say this as gently as possible.
All right.
I don't have issues with my height. Those out there who have issues with my height probably not talk to me,
Ah.
right? Because it's not my issue. That's whoever's issue, right? Like,
Right.
if you have an issue with me being whatever inches taller than you, flat-footed, I like heels. I think heels are sexy.
Yeah.
I like feeling sexy.
Right.
So when I ride through, and you know me and my crew, it's not
I only see you in
abnormal to
boots.
see
I
us
only
on
see
our
you in
bikes
boots. So I don't know what the whole heel
or
thing
heel
is.
boots,
Yeah, I mean, I was just
heel
saying.
boots,
Yeah.
often. So if you have an issue with that, or if whoever, not you, if
Yeah.
whoever has an
Yeah.
issue with that,
You in
that's
general.
theirs.
Mm-hmm.
Then you might then don't say hello, or you can say hello, but just keep it moving.
Because that height ain't going nowhere.
I was made like this,
Yeah.
right? I mean, and I think that it's not just the height and everything else. This is who I am.
Right.
And at this point in my life, at my current age, which I'm not telling,
Why?
this is who I am. No, I
So
don't
look,
have
so I'm just letting you know, me and Chuck, we're in the 50 plus club. You know what I'm saying? He in the 50 plus.
So my birthday's coming. Don't forget New Year's Eve, baby. When you're having a shot,
Oh,
with me.
you know, Black's birthday is
But
on New Year's Day.
is it?
Yeah,
So mine's before his. We can have a good time.
already.
But
Sagittarius, Capricorn.
I think
One of them. Shit, I don't
Capricorn.
know. Okay, yeah.
No, you should. If you
Hey,
could.
hold up. I'm an
Um,
Aquarius, so I don't get into all that, man. You know what I'm saying?
hey. So I
You should.
gotta say this because I'm considered what you call a friendly person, and I think D is a little friendlier than I am.
You think so, Chuck? It's not true. This is the first time. Hey, but don't start that shit. Hey, but don't start that.
Hey,
Hold up, hold
but
up,
I
hold
got
up. Now, hold up, Chuck. Hold up, Chuck.
uh,
Because you can't see April. Or can you? Can you see on your other
I can
phone?
see her.
So, no, I need you to expound on that. I'm where, April? Again?
Well,
You are not.
and
Listen, you guys
when
were
I say
talking
that,
about how standoffish I was.
Right?
That wasn't about me. That was about you guys. That was
What?
about your preconceived notions about who I was and how I was that made me standoffish.
How about I just
How
don't
many
be all
times
up
have
in
I
people's
seen you
face?
before you gave me a hug?
Say
D.
that.
How
Say
many
that one
times
more
did I
time.
see you? How many
Oh
times
shit! A
did I
lot.
see
A
you
lot. Hey.
before you gave me a hug? I think the last time I saw you, you gave me a hug.
Yeah.
Maybe the
At
time before
last
that,
week.
but I promise it'd been over a year.
I mean, again, I'm just not the dude that's be all up in women's faces. You know what I'm saying? So I'm not. I don't just. And don't get me wrong. I'm not. I'm not that person. I'm just not that person, right? Like I.
And that's fine.
You know.
But, however,
However,
I'm standoffish because I let you be you.
on the cool.
Digest that one. Right. But I'm
yeah,
standoffish.
and, and I would say when I said friendly is because me when I'm talking about nice,
Right.
I'm looking at the point of me. I just refuse to change who I am.
Mm-hmm.
I refuse to be like anybody else. I refuse to be me. I'm not. When I go out there, I know who I am. I'm finna have fun. If they don't like it, hey, you can move out the way or you go do you whatever you got to do. But
Right. Right.
I cannot change who I am and be around people. If I have to do that and be around, I don't want to be around. I got to be me at all times. So I'm a lovable person. When I come see, hey, what up, sis? Give you a little hug, the one shoulder hug, and if I'm real cool, then it's the ones that's real close to my family. Yeah, they gonna get more love, but it's just that I want people to feel comfortable, and I don't want them to feel uncomfortable. So when I approach you, April, when I first I think it was somewhere we were at, and I it was like I wanted to go up to her like I go up to everybody else, but it's like you right in my mind. It's like, man, I don't want to offend her. You know, I just and I just hey, how you doing? And I felt stupid because why I couldn't just be myself, but that was me.
Mm-hmm.
And then I said I'll never do that again. If I give the rest of the ladies, I'm gonna make sure she know that she's no different from the rest. And
Right.
so that was me. And I hate when I change because I don't want to offend somebody or it's just that I don't want nobody to be uncomfortable. It's already uncomfortable just walking in a room full of guys, And so I would say, don't change. Don't change who you are. If you're a loving person, you're a loving person. When a person get out of line, you just nicely put them back in check and let them know, hold on. I mean, I don't know who you thought I was, but that ain't me. We good though, but hey, that ain't me.
But it's different for me
I,
because I'm single, right? Like so being a single man and hugging on every woman that you come into contact with, yeah, it's a little strange because, you know, what is my aim, right? You know, I'm friendly to everybody, you know what I'm saying? Don't April, don't start. So all I'm saying is once I get to know you, it's you know, the gloves off, right? Like I have to know that there's not somebody looking at me like, oh well, you know, he's over like, why you hugging that? You know, I just that ain't my I would rather just not do it. Give me a pound, shake my hand, you know, dap me up or whatever, just so that there's no miscommunication in what my intentions are. Right? Like I don't have these ill will intentions and shit, you know, just because, you know, you cute or whatever the case is, you know, I hey look, hey man, look, I don't want no smoke.
yeah.
That's just me.
You know, church hugs are awesome.
Yeah,
Like,
yeah,
you
for
know,
sure.
a little side hug, like, okay,
Yeah.
that's fine.
That's about where we were, you know, with the church
But the
lady hood.
awkward, but the awkwardness comes in, and it's so funny because it's like, for me, I'm not thinking anything. You want to come give me a hug? Come give me a hug, right? I mean, sometimes I feel like we're in a line, especially Fierce Lady Riders. We're like lined up, and
Yeah.
everybody squeeze,
Yeah.
and it just is what.
It's
I
so
think
many
that is
it's
part
so many
of
people.
the culture of our lifestyle.
Right.
And yeah, sometimes you get home and you want to take a shower, but I think that's okay. I don't really I personally or nobody that I've ever met has been like, "Oh, there's the I don't know if I want to give Deesky a hug because he feels like I'm going to be." No, I don't
Yeah.
think that at all. But you know what I did want to talk about? Something you guys said
All right. Let's talk.
earlier about like this whole idea of woman being masculine
Hmm.
because she has her own or she's holding down her own.
Mm.
And I've heard a lot of people talk about it
Well,
online reels or
and
whatever.
let me say this before you
Okay.
continue. The whole masculine energy for me is based off of conversation, not necessarily what they have or what they're going through or what they're having to hold on to. Mine is more or less based off of conversations. Uh, you, you know, again, we didn't hug for a while, not because I felt like you were masculine, but at the same time, the type of conversations that you're privy to in this in our lifestyle. You know what I mean? It's not soft. It's not, oh hey, you know what I'm saying? I'm about to go, get dressed and I'm going to see my husband and my boyfriend and you know what I'm saying? I got the bustier on and shit. You got on jeans, boots. You know what I mean? Like it's masculine. Like it's all niggerish. You know what I'm saying? When it comes to our lifestyle, it's not you're feminine because you are a woman, not. But the lifestyle is mannish, so to speak. Now you can expound on what you were talking about. I just wanted to get that out.
So am I managed for riding a ultra limited?
That's a big motherfucking motorcycle.
That is.
You know what
She
I'm
is.
saying? You got big bags. You know what I'm talking about?
I do.
You got a growling, your motor growling and shit. You ride
I
aggressive. You know what I'm saying? You
I do.
see what I'm saying? That's some masculine energy.
But
So
is it?
it
Is it?
is. It really is. It's a masculine. That's masculine
What
energy.
I want to know what about an inanimate object is masculine
The fact that you
versus
ride it the same way a man rides his motorcycle. Now, right, wrong, or indifferent, it is a masculine energy. You're not.
why
How long have you been riding motorcycles?
about 12 years.
Okay. What was the first motorcycle you hopped on?
Road King.
Okay. Masculine.
But I'm
And
six
because
foot tall. What am I going to be on a
see, I was saying,
She got a point though. She just can't get on anything.
hey,
I
bro.
can't.
No, no, it's not that you can't get on anything. It's the fact that you got on iron. You could have went and got a soft ass Vickery. You could have went and got some old Rudy Poot. You could have went and got on some old Rudy Poot sport bike or whatever the case is. And I get there's a bunch of tall people that ride different.
But the comfortability,
Okay.
right? I got ran off the highway one time on my Road King, and I had to hop a curb. And I was so glad I was on something heavy.
Mm-hmm.
So I did what I needed to do and landed and needed two new rims, tires, all that on the flip side, but I'm alive, right?
Right.
So I think that society
Mm-hmm.
wants to put a label on something that doesn't need a label,
Mm-hmm.
right?
And we all do. And
My ultra limited doesn't need a label. I pulled up, I'm not going to say what clubhouse. I pulled up to a clubhouse in my car because it was raining that day. And I got like, "Oh, we thought you was a white boy because I'm in a Lincoln?" No. Come on now. It's it's beautiful, big beautiful car. It is what it is, right? At the end of the day, the Lincoln is not white or black. It's not masculine or feminine. My bike is not white or black. It's not masculine or feminine. Society
mm-hmm.
wants to put that on my motorcycle or the fact that I ride a motorcycle, even though my mother is the one who taught my father how to ride, but that's something else.
So
We
you've had
want to,
masculine energy around you your whole life.
I'm saying it's not masculine,
I'm. So okay, all right.
right?
Oh,
So to say that I ride is it should not be considered. I guess this is my feminist, right? It's not masculine or feminine. It is what it is, right? At the end of the day, it is what it is. I ride. I have my own. I've had my own for years, and it's not whether or not it's masculine or feminine. It is a misconception that we put on something that doesn't necessarily need to be there,
I
right? So the fact that I own my own house and I bought it by myself, and I got this by myself, and I got this by myself, does that make me masculine? When you see me, am I masculine?
no. And again, it's not that I'm considering you masculine. What I'm saying is the lifestyle that we're a part of is a masculine lifestyle. Now, you can
Why?
say it's always been that way. There
Ah,
so
because men
okay.
have always controlled things.
Right, okay.
Because
So
men have always controlled things. So because men have controlled things, and
did
I'm not saying it's negative. Don't get me wrong. It's not a
right.
negative part,
Did
right?
you buy your
So
house or did you build your house?
I've done both. This one I bought. It's over 100 years old, but that's something else.
Right. But what I'm saying is and again, I'm not trying to feminize anything, right? I'm not trying to uh emasculate, demasculate anything of that sort. All I'm saying is this has been a man's sport for a long time. It's no different than women playing flag football, right? I don't know if you know Six, but everybody knows Six. Six was the first female football player when she was in the 7th grade. You know, played with the boys, not flag. I'm talking about shoulder pads, knee pads, thigh pads, and everything. But these are the things that because she wanted to achieve something else, right? But that was a masculine sport. And all I'm saying is when I use the term masculine energy, it's the fact that this has been male dominated energy, and now women are allowed to participate. Hold up, because you just said that you couldn't handle your man having a PO because of the simple fact that we all know what a PO is, and not necessarily what they do, but what they are, and that in itself is a jealous energy, not male or female, which you have admitted to, but at the same time, when you say men have been in control of so many things, again, right, wrong, or indifferent, it's been a male
Right.
dominated energy. And when women are allowed to participate in male dominated energy, it turns their feminine energy into a masculine energy because we'll agree to disagree on this one, okay?
We can,
Okay.
and that's fine.
Because I
And
want to
I
be
do
fair.
believe you're correct. No, but you're correct. It has been a male dominated because women have been oppressed.
When that, you
I
think
don't want
so?
to say that. Please don't say women have been oppressed, man. Don't say
Well,
that.
I mean, if women were allowed to say buy a house by themselves less than, like 75 years ago,
Okay,
you I'm,
hold up.
I'm just
Let's
I'm
hold up.
just
It ain't
stating
just
the
hold up.
fact.
75 years ago wasn't just women oppressed now. Shit. Yeah, you
I'm
know what I'm
stating
saying?
facts,
You know
facts.
what I'm saying?
However,
So let's kind of balance the scale a little bit, right? Let's
no,
just say
okay, true that.
let's
However,
say that men have been longing for their women to ride beside them because of the comfortability as opposed to being a backpack. We want to see you, you know what I'm saying? Brake check yourself, right?
10
Because
4. I like that.
that's the element that we've grown accustomed to over the last 20 years.
Right.
We've gotten
So,
women off of the back because now we tell them, what you riding the back for? You need to be grabbing your own set of handlebars. I'm a part of that era. I'm a part of that era. Not the you need to stay barefoot and pregnant. No, we want to ride beside you because who wants to go to a sausage party? I came up in an era where I love to look at women. I want to look at women. I don't want to be going to. I don't give a fuck if we was going to a party, man. Where the women at? Is any women there? Because if it's all dudes, I'm not going. So
I
I
appreciate
gotta
that.
agree with him on that.
so now we've allowed the women to accompany us in our masculine energy. Yeah, come on now. Don't
But why?
don't be
when
like
I
this,
pull up-
April.
But D,
I
Yeah.
got a
D,
question.
April.
When I pull up, right,
Yeah.
and I'm backing in, I say, "Don't touch my shit. I got this." Yeah, right.
You know what you look like bagging your bike in?
No, I
Please.
don't know.
Look, she finna spit out some skull and shit. You know what I'm saying? I got it by now.
Really,
No, I was just
But
joking.
look,
really,
and my,
but
but watch this.
it's a
April,
question because it's like, do I look masculine on my bike?
You want the truth? Are we telling the truth here?
Tell the truth, right? That's what I heard that when I first called. Speak your truth.
So, and I'm gonna let you. You know what, Chuck? I'm gonna let you handle this, and I'm gonna refrain.
Be honest.
I'm gonna refrain. Oh no, I'm just gonna refrain from this one. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna hold my peace with this one. I'm gonna let Chuck go on and slide in with
Come
this
on,
one.
well,
Chuck.
okay, you know you don't look masculine, but
Okay.
I think this is
What's he look like,
where
then, Chuck?
if I saw if
Don't
my
get that
wife,
man in trouble.
when my wife is on her bike
Right.
and she's bagging up, I know she can do it, but I don't want no mistakes. I don't want no issues. I don't want nothing. I mean, it's a common courtesy. I do it not just for for her. I do it for anybody that's bagging up, and I just want to make sure they all right. But it's now the mentality
He don't
of
trust her.
women. No. Hey, it's a trip that on the bike women sometimes forget to be women. I had
You
a
know
whole
what?
come on.
I'm gonna respectfully understand.
Let me explain.
Gloria says some of the women are forced to be that way because it's so many sorry as men,
No,
and not just in the bike world.
I rebuke that. I rebuke that. I
So
am
let
this
me
way
ex-
because
let
this
me
is how I
explain.
am.
Right.
Right?
Right.
Let-
I
let
am.
me explain,
I'm a
though, April.
woman. Period.
Go ahead,
Yes,
Chuck.
And-
but you even if you're on a bike, you still a woman. But when you have women that's transforming and want to do everything that we do, now it becomes,
Are you talking about a woman?
huh?
Are you talking about a woman?
That's what I saw on getting on the bike.
You saw
Yo,
me
big
get on
old bike. Yo, big old
No.
bike. Your bike bigger than mine.
To your point,
Well.
no, you carry yourself like a woman on the bike, but everybody don't. Everybody don't. And so what?
But we're
what
not
tends
speaking
to
about
happen
everybody.
sometimes- Huh?
Right? Because you were just saying you can only speak for 60%
Percent of the
That's
men.
even questionable.
And that was too high. That was too-
That was really high.
D,
Really high.
D, that, hey, D,
Chuck, that was too high, bro.
D,
It was high. It was beautifully high. It was like this utopian society where there's 60% of men out there who really just want to be with one woman who is quality and good and might know how to ride. Can I live there?
That's a high percentage. That's a high percentage.
That is high.
D, no, D.
Chuck,
It's,
Chuck, look at my eyes. That's high.
Let's put it at, we say 30% for sure.
Okay, let's say 30%.
Okay.
Let's say 30%. Because look, when we really, in April, I'm going to say this, and I asked my wife, tell my wife.
Gloria said like 20.
Men open up to men.
No, we don't.
We
need to.
Trust me. No, we learn it. We don't get a little more
Okay,
sense.
okay. So that's what I'm saying. We're learning to open up to each other.
Yeah.
We're learning to have conversation. Yes.
Because now I'm asking Deesky, come on, man. Hey, What am I doing wrong? And what you mean, Chuck? Well, I'm trying to figure out why. Why I can't have this conversation with my girl? Why I can't explain to her? Why I can't make it? Because
It's
I put it like
easier
this.
to
My
lie.
my my wife is kind of like you, April. She can do it. She gonna do it. It don't matter. She gonna build it. She gonna put the motor in. She can do almost anything. But I still, as
This
a
shit
man,
running the
I gotta
family.
be a man, and I need to make sure that she allows me to be the man that I'm supposed to be.
So
I
do you
think that,
demand it? Do you demand it?
huh?
Do you
Well,
do you demand it, or is it
if
does
I
it
have,
come natural?
It should. And
But
that's,
it
I guess
doesn't.
that's my point with the,
if I have to demand it, then it ain't
It's
right.
not natural, and that's what I'm
Yeah.
saying. So you have to put yourself in a position where it's so harmonic that it comes natural
clear.
to her to
It's
allow
so
you to lead.
clear.
If you have to walk in your house, right? You
Mm-hmm.
walk in your house like this. If you have to do this to get here, it's not right. If
So what
she's here when you walk in and you have to get up here just for y'all to come back down, it's not right.
so
Agreed.
so we're both go getters,
Okay?
but
Hustlers.
we know our strengths.
Right.
It, we don't need each other, but we good together.
Right.
And so sometimes the balance comes from you always have to remind the woman that, hey, I understand you've been doing this a long time and taking care of business and making things happen. And believe me, I like that about you. But you got a man that's coming in and know how to be a man. You know, you got a man that's coming and stepping in place and realizing that, hold on, when them lights get cut off, they ain't blaming the woman. They blaming that man. So now, if let's get that understanding, allow me to be the man that I know how to be, and then if I need some help, we go from there. But right now, I know how to be that man, so I don't need no assistant. I want her to be that woman, that queen, that I need that woman to be a woman.
Mm-hmm.
I don't want I can change the all. Don't beat me outside change at all.
But you know what happens, Chuck? A lot of times, and again, I guess we're getting into a different realm. You are looking at your relationship and your wife's relationship as a guiding point to work together. A lot of us are looking to achieve separate goals, right? So if I have my own goal and she has her own goal, the reason why our relationship is not going to work out is because we have two separate goals. We're not working together as a team. We're not saying, hey, we're using a lot of I's and me's and not a lot of we's and us's. And that's what the problem
So
is.
DC. So let me ask you this question:
Mm.
when you
And
date,
is it clear?
or,
Is it clear
or
though?
It's clear that we're using a lot of I's and me's
so
because
when you
That,
date,
I mean,
or
it's
so
clear that we have a disconnect. The
Mhm.
disconnect is clear. But but I think at the end of the day, both the masculine and feminine energies don't really want a disconnect. They want a connection. I don't want to disconnect from my man. I don't
right,
want to feel like he doesn't understand me. I don't want to feel like he thinks I'm masculine because I'm pulling up on my motorcycle and not in my car.
right. So
Or
so check
that,
this out, April. Check this out. Chuck, you was asking something, right? What was you asking?
and so where I was going was when y'all are dating,
Mm-hmm.
what is your intent? Is your intent to use, or your intent is to build? Your intention is to understand this individual, to see if you can invest in what y'all probably can have. Because I guess I'm totally different, because once I graduated, man, my mindset was totally different. It was pretty much, I want to be with somebody that if we're gonna be together and we're gonna call this a relationship, we got to be on the same page, because I'm building for something, and you got to be a part of us building together.
So again, here's the transparency from me,
Mm-hmm.
right? Because we grew up in the same city but different hoods, right? So
Right.
my perspective of a relationship was sex. My love language is touch. And if I can't dedicate this to you, then there's no us. Because I didn't leave my mama's house with the intent of finding a wife. You know what I'm saying? I didn't leave the home with the intent of building, because I didn't know how to. All I did was see my moms go to work and come home and put us on the back burner, right? I didn't want to be on the back burner no more, but I didn't know how to be in a relationship. I didn't know how to love the woman that was in front of me. I just knew how to touch the women that came around me. So to put that into perspective, as a man now, creating a softer side, right? Someone that doesn't have that lust factor. Like, I don't lust after women anymore like I used to. So because I don't have that spirit of lust on me anymore, it's easier for me to sit back and look and say, I can appreciate you for the woman that you are, but I can already tell that, I could give you a little time, but it's not going to work out because there's something missing. It's something that you're not doing for me. I don't get that tingle, right? You know what I'm saying? And we as a man, we want that tingle. When you touch me, girl, you gonna get pregnant, you better leave me alone. And if you don't get that tingle when she touch you, bro, I don't give a fuck who you are. You gonna get cheated on. You know what I mean? Like, do not. Yeah, it's that serious. And a lot of men won't admit to that. A lot of men won't sit here and say, hey, man, I'm so fucked up that I only know how to be a nothing ass nigga. Even the train know it.
I know.
But
That's my train.
yeah.
That's my house. But, wait, if I stepped outside,
Yeah.
like, we wouldn't hear anything. But I date to get to know somebody. I want to know who you are. I want to know what you like, how you like to be touched, maybe. But that's after a while. It's not an automatic thing. I'm going to date to get to know you. I'm going to date you to find out whether or not we're compatible. I'm not dating you like I hear a date with a purpose a lot. Oh, I'm dating with a purpose. This is what I want. I think you put too much pressure on another person because you want to be in a certain kind of situation, right?
And that's what it is. And that's why when you're and the word dating, right? Like, we live in a city that we have to drive everywhere we go, right? We got city transit. It's not New York, right? It's not these boroughs. We're not sitting on top of each other where we can just meet up and I'll meet you at the third brownstone and we'll just walk to get coffee. That's not our life. So dating for us is totally different than someone living in an inner city or living in a high-rise apartment that, you bump into each other every so often. Dating is different for us, and this is why we got to start using terminology that fits us in the society and the situations that we're in. We can go out on a date. We can plan a day to go do whatever, blah, blah, blah. That's going to consist of what? Me calling you, hey, I made plans to do this, and this, how much money is this going to cost? If I'm dating you and I want to spend time with you 3 or 4 times a week, we have to get inventive, because otherwise that $100 meal on the first day can turn into a $500 meal ticket within the first week. And if we're dating 3 times a week in a month's time, shit, that's a trip to fucking Bahamas.
So Deesky,
I like the
you just
I
dating.
know, but
See, but
why you not?
no, fuck that. That's what I'm saying.
You
The
know, no,
terminology. Oh, good. Go ahead, Chuck. Let
but
me get what you're saying.
if you giving them the real you,
Mm-hmm.
you gotta mean that might not happen, and it might happen. But I gotta give you if I gotta learn you, I
Mm-hmm.
gotta learn to make sure that I don't want to invest in stuff in something that ain't going nowhere. I want to make sure this is what it is. So before I got married, I had to realize, and I said, you know what, I felt like I was too old anyway. I'm too old to be wasting time. I know
Hmm.
what I want out of life. I know where I want to be. And so I know what I want to be. So I need to find something that's pushing for the same thing.
Mm-hmm.
And that's where conversation come in. Conversation come in, me listening, not just talking, but me listening, trying to understand why again, why you think the way you think, why you go through this. I gotta see if I'm gonna deal with it. She gotta see if she gonna deal with me and my personality, my ups and downs. I can go from Tupac to Bishop, from the Bishop to Tupac.
Mm-hmm.
But my thing is that's only when somebody if you hurt somebody that I love. If you I'm the best person in the world, but if you cross me, I rather a stranger cross me than somebody that knows me. So
But a
I'm a
stranger
little
ain't gonna do
different.
it. It's always gonna be somebody you love, bro. It's always gonna be
Because that's the
somebody
only
close to
person.
you.
Because that's the only
But
person
that
that can get here.
Boop.
you're right. And so I express this, but the thing is, I had to learn to listen. I had to learn to not always, take over, but
Mm-hmm.
apply me, make sure I'm listening the most because most of the time we're gonna find out everything that person wants. April said the first thing April said was she ain't looking for she ain't trying to get in a relationship. She just she right now just trying to chill and that ain't what she want.
April said you got her
So
fucked up.
so hold on. So hold on. So
No,
now
no, no, no,
now
no. Don't misunderstand. Because
Shit.
what I
hey,
said
he
was,
gonna be like you.
if you are
He
clear
gonna be
about your
buying a whole bunch of
expectations.
pills.
Shit, April said you got her fucked up. Nigga.
No,
Don't
no,
be
no, no,
putting
no,
that
no,
shit
no.
out in the universe, nigga.
No, 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 no. But if I miss, you know what? If I do feel like if you don't understand what I'm saying, right? Then that's on me. That's not on you, right? That's on me. So what I'm saying is, regardless of what it is, the reason why you're dating, whether you're dating just to be dating, whether you just want a free meal, because a lot of females do that, right? Or you want to be intentional or whatever. My point is just be clear. So if
Be
what
clear.
you want is I'm just out here just I don't really want anything and I don't really want anything, when you hear that, believe that,
Mm-hmm.
right? If it's, oh, I really like you, but I still got A, B, C, D, and E out there, believe that, right? Whether it's I want to be intentional, I'm looking for a long-term situation, then believe that. I think that it's important to be clear about your expectations. Not that Caliente, not that April feels like, oh, I'm just out here, I just want to be. No, that's definitely not me. But I just feel like people, male or female, need to be honest with themselves about what it is they're looking for. You know? Because if you're married, maybe you shouldn't be in some of these DMs,
Well,
right?
if you're married,
If you
if you're married, I don't. So there's a line that you shouldn't cross as a married person, man
right.
or woman.
No, right, exactly.
But at the same time, I feel that you shouldn't get married until you know that you're ready for uh, this plantation of solitude, right? And men, as a man, you have to mentally castrate yourself. As fucked up as that sound, April. Yes, men have to mentally castrate themselves because of the level of temptation, right? And I'm not saying that women aren't tempted. I'm just saying for a man that we literally have to cut our desires off and desire the one woman that we chose to spend the rest of our life with. The problem I think with a lot of relationships is that they get into relationships as opposed to continuing the fire that that drove them both to be together. That fire, that fire is what drives the relationship, right? We get into these whole things like, man, my God, I can't sleep without you. I can't be without you. Everything reminds me of you. To the point where it's like, God damn. You pull up to the house and you sitting in the car for 30 minutes because her car is there. You know, you see a light on, you're like, fuck, this nigga still up. I don't deal with this shit. You know, but then you have those loving relationships that, baby, what can I do for you? If you're not waking up in the morning and saying, baby, what can I do for you? You're in the wrong place. And maybe the chaos works out for you. Maybe you love the drama behind the relationship. You know what I mean? I don't want that. I want to.
But D, she's not gonna like me every day.
You know what? I think that's a facade.
She don't have to.
Nope.
She don't have
She's
to.
not gonna like me every day.
I think
You're
that's a
not gonna
facade.
like me every day.
I think that's a facade.
And yeah,
No,
you think
no.
why?
I think that's a
No,
facade.
I agree though.
I mean, that's fine. Y'all can agree,
You're not
but
gonna like me every day.
and that's fine. If that's how you feel.
I'm not necessarily
But
gonna
if I'm-
like what you do every day. But if I love you,
If
I love you,
it's the commitment to it's not the commitment to the person. It's the commitment to the commitment. I'm committing myself to loving, to asking you, what do you need, right? To fulfill what you need. You know, we get into this whole thing, well, this is what I want. This is what I want. No, I'm not here to satisfy your wants. I'm here to fulfill your needs. Because, see, the problem is that you've been working all your life to fulfill your wants. You know what I'm saying? And now you're trying to get me to fulfill your wants. No, I'm what you need, baby. You know what I'm saying?
I can fulfill my needs.
See, that's why you got that
Fulfill my
masculine
wants.
energy.
Hey, and you know what? That's why I rebuke that. Because it's not a masculine or
Hold up,
feminine.
Yolanda told me what I said was true. Now I'm going with what Yolanda's saying. Now, how about that?
You can, and that's fine.
Yeah, because she telling
and
the
that's
truth.
Fine. You can make that choice. You can make that choice.
Yeah, see,
Go ahead, yo-yo.
but you saw what Yolanda said.
What?
You don't like her husband every day.
Well, I mean, nothing.
It
Yeah, it does.
That's
I think
That's
I
part
think
of that
Yolanda just said what I
sacrifice.
said. If
Yolanda
I don't
confused.
like
Yolanda
it,
confused. Then Yolanda, stop
Yolanda
confusing
is
people.
not confused. You know, I think it's.
Oh, that was
You're
for
not gonna
Chuck.
like me every day. One day you're gonna be mad at me because I didn't do or say or support or fulfill a need that you wanted me to, fill in that blank. You wanted Caliente to, whatever that was. And if I didn't do that,
Unexplained expectation. That's the reason why most people get divorced.
no, that's not true. Most people get divorced over finances. However,
Unexplained
because I just happen to have my
expectation.
master's degree. But it's okay. I do understand what you're saying. It's not no, it's money. It's
Yeah,
money.
and yes,
Money.
and guess what? Guess what comes with that? Unexplained expectation. I expected you to be financially situated. I expected you to, you know what, you show right. I'm not going, you know what? I know when to shut the fuck up.
No, wait, hold on.
See,
No,
Chuck, this is something that I learned, you know what I'm saying, in my relationships. Shut the fuck up.
No. But you know what happens when you
What
shut the
happens?
fuck up?
What happens?
Resentment.
Yeah.
I think it depends on the
Resentment.
person.
No, you gotta have
Well-
something because in the back of your mind, you wanted to say a lot more.
See, and this is okay. So this
And
is
don't
why.
do that. Come
Hold
on,
up.
baby.
This is
Come
this is
on,
this is
Daddy.
why we're different, right? And this is
And it's a
why
beautiful thing.
this is why we can have these types of conversations, because this is the part of growing up that I did, right? It's a level of respect, right? And a lot of what I learned as a man, me and Chuck could get into a heated argument, but we would not cross that line because we know that if we cross that line, there's a threat of violence. The reason why we cross that line with women because we know that women doesn't know that there's a threat of violence once they reach a specific point. So
I think
what?
we do.
Well, I mean, maybe now I don't know, but all I'm
No, I
saying
think
is,
that's an intentional push. With a lot of women, I
right,
think that's an intentional push
but what I'm
because we
saying,
want you to hurt like we hurt, like we feel like we hurt. So therefore, we're going to push that boundary. Not that it's okay. I'm not saying that it's okay,
right?
but
So,
I'm saying that it's intentional.
but what I'm saying is, because I know that there's no threat of violence, I don't have to have resentment towards you. You know what I mean? See, the problem is just like you said, at some point, if I don't understand you, it's your fault because you wasn't speaking clearly to me to help me understand. And this is what I'm saying. Once I get a level of understanding of who you are, I don't have to resent something you said. I don't have to dislike you. I can tell you with my words, baby, I need you to do XYZ. And if you tell me I'm going to do XYZ and you don't, then that will create a level of disappointment. But it doesn't mean that I have to jump down your throat. I don't like you right now because you didn't fulfill my needs. The thing of it is, if I have the utmost confidence in you and you have the utmost confidence in me, you're going to know that if I ask you to do something, I need you to do it. Because as a man, I understand that you are counting on me every day. So, baby, this one time I need you. And if you are my woman and you love me the way you say you do, you're going to make sure that you move the heavens and the earth to make sure that gets done. So don't tell me that I got to hate you and I don't like you today and I don't like you for an hour. You got me fucked up because you my baby and I'm going to love you regardless. So if you don't like that, go
Yo,
find you another nigga.
and that's
I need to
beautiful.
drop the mic. Take this motherfucker off. Drop this.
That's such a beautiful thing. I love it. I love it.
Yeah, y'all
I
got
feel
me
like I'm
fucked
in
up.
utopia right now, baby. Talk to me, okay? Talk to me. But the reality is,
Chuck, you can use that one. You can use that one.
is sometimes on either side of that coin, and I don't want to put it on masculine or feminine because I don't like
Right,
that shit.
right.
But on either side of that coin, if I say, "Hey, daddy," you know what I'm saying? Like, the faucet's dripping.
Mm.
Daddy, the faucet's dripping. Daddy, the faucet's dripping. Right?
Really, really, Chuck.
Yeah, that's all I can do, right? I mean, that's my feminine energy,
Yeah,
right?
yeah,
I'm giving you I'm giving you everything that I got,
right.
Daddy,
Yeah,
Papa,
yeah.
mi
And guess
amor.
what? And guess what I'm gonna do,
The
baby? You know
faucet's
what you show
dripping.
right. Hey, Busby, man, say what you got going on, bro. I need you to come over and fix this sink for me, bro. You know,
Yeah,
it's
right. But
beyond
if
my
you
measure.
don't,
If
but
I
if you
don't, see, that's
don't,
what I'm saying. See, that's what I'm saying. That's where the communication come in. Because see, we just want the shit to fit, right? We just want shit to fit. You don't walk in a shoe store and get the first pair of shoes off the shelf without saying, "Do you have this in my size?" See, that's what I'm saying. You just want the shoe because you like the way it look. It's not even your size.
preach.
Go
But
ahead,
D,
Chuck. Go
But it
ahead, Chuck,
looks good.
because she about to
but
get me
but
started.
but look, but if it don't happen,
If what don't happen.
if what you ask,
See, hold up, Chuck. Let me take my
Then that's
glasses
where
off.
the resentment builds up, and that's where we really start to have issues.
If you
Because
telling me
just like you said, oh baby, oh look at you, your eyeballs are showing now, huh?
if I ask you one specific question, right?
Okay.
Now let's just say this has happened a multitude of times, right?
Mm-hmm.
And at this point I can't trust you. I'm not going to
Mm.
ask you to do anything. Now, if
Right.
I truly love you, then I will communicate the fact that I've asked you to do some things on multiple of times and you could
Mm-hmm.
not fulfill those things. What is the disconnect? Again, we have
May-
to have the
Maybe
conversation.
maybe too busy. Maybe tried to do it
Then
and
guess what?
No,
Then-
it's not too busy. It's not too busy.
maybe lost track of time.
No, F that. Because you my man, right?
Yeah.
And I love you, right? So if you've communicated to me, you've over communicated to me that you need A, B, C, D, and E, and I refuse to provide those things, then
then
what?
you got to go.
That. It doesn't make you good. It doesn't make me bad. It doesn't make me good or you bad. It makes us not compatible.
Period. We
No.
tried.
That's it.
How do you go? How do
Choo
you go not
choo.
compatible? Because
But
I
where's
got
my train
I
at now?
Yeah,
Where's
bro,
my train
it's
at now?
all
No, that's
good.
it.
It's all good. I mean, and that's
But
the
you know
thing.
what?
We force these situations knowing that
That.
we're not compatible. I love you, but I can't. No, not anymore. Not
That's wrong.
anymore. I can't because I can't trust you to take care of simple tasks. And if I can't trust you to
Right.
Hey,
take care of simple
that's a
tasks,
little harsh. That's a little harsh though.
who
Not
gives a
harsh.
fuck? It was harsh when
That
I
is.
can't depend on you.
But how because I made a mistake or
Chuck,
because
what if
I
what
lost
if
track
it's
of
your
time or
heart
something happened?
medication? What if it's your heart
Huh?
medication? What if she forgot to go pick up your heart medication 3 times? Nigga, she wants you dead.
No. But here's the thing.
Think about it in that situation, bro. Your heart medication, bro, she forgot 3
No.
times.
Yo, I hear you. If I can hear you and I love you, why the fuck? Excuse me. I'm sorry. Why would I not do for you what you need?
All I'm saying is we talking about the disconnect now. We're not talking
If
about
I don't because I have resentment, I don't really like you think I like you, right? Or there's something else going on that we haven't talked about.
salute to a
Because
great
if
one.
I sit up here and I'm talking to you and I love you and you my man, there's nothing. There's nothing.
You gonna move heaven and earth.
Yo, I don't know how to do a cartwheel, but I will figure that out.
All I'm
You know what
saying,
I'm saying?
Chuck.
You
All
mad
I'm
at me today?
saying,
Okay,
Chuck.
baby. Hey, I
It,
changed your oil.
she gonna go out there and change the oil. You know what I'm saying?
No. I changed my own oil. So just pull your shit up by mine and I'll get us both together. But I do that
Chuck said,
because
"Uh-oh."
I need you to understand that you right here, like you here, like me and you were here.
Yeah.
But if I'm not willing to do that for you and you're not willing to do that for me because he's not masculine or feminine, because I will, look, I'll knock you one if you tell me changing my own oil is masculine.
Hey, I'm not
No,
saying,
it's
you
not
know,
masculine or feminine. It is
I
what
done
it is
seen
at the
people
end of the
work at
day.
I seen women work at AutoZone and O'Reilly, so you know what I'm saying. But they do that for
Yeah, but they don't
work.
have a V twin.
Yeah. Ah, well, shit. You know what I'm saying?
Look, 3 holes. I got it. I got you, boo.
Yeah, I bet you do. But anyway,
I
as I
know
was
I do.
saying, the 3 hole is a good change. You know what I'm saying? You're supposed to change all 3 of your holes. Chuck, you got a 3 hole oil change on your bike too, man. And it's ready. You supposed to come pick your bike up the other day when it was hot, and you didn't.
And you
But anyway,
didn't.
I digress. But
Hey,
nonetheless,
But that's, back to what I'm saying though, like it's not masculine or feminine. It just kind of is what it is at the end of the day. You know? If you down for me and I'm down for you,
that's
I
I
what
don't
it's
gotta
feel like
supposed to
I
I'm
be.
gotta agree.
in
I gotta
survival
agree
mode
with her.
because the man's not paying my bills.
Yeah,
I'm not in
yeah,
survival mode.
yeah. I have a change
This
of
is
heart.
just
I have a change of heart.
Okay, what you got, Chuck? What's your change of heart, man?
I can agree with her because it, you remember I told you love will make you lie.
Uh-huh.
Love will make you lie, and you think about it.
What's
If
up, Pastor
somebody
Flo?
really down, if they really
Y'all make sure
down for
y'all
you,
keep y'all language to a minimum. We got Pastor Flo in the building. You know what I'm saying? Thank you for stopping in, Pastor Flo, because this conversation needed a little prayer.
yeah, it did. So Pastor Flo, while you in there, I'm gonna give him a little knowledge right now. I said love will make you lie. It'll make you change things that you say you wouldn't do because love me because it's created. So when she said I would change me, I would get there and change my oil, and I would change your oil too. Now, I don't want to change an oil, but if she know how to do it and I don't know how to do it, I'm finna get down there with her. Okay, let's get this process. But I understand what she's saying.
You
That's
know, sometimes Chuck, you just gotta let them do what they want to do
You
because that
know
makes
what?
them
I
feel
love
good.
that.
You know what I'm saying? Sometimes them doing something for you is their highlight. Like they're so excited and they want you to give them a pat on the back. Like, baby, you did your thing, sweetie. You know what I'm saying? So if she wakes up in the morning and she goes to change your and her oil on the motorcycle, just say, baby, you did all that by yourself? Wow, man, that is amazing. What can I do for you today? You know what I'm saying? See, these are the things that I learned, Chuck. You know what I'm saying?
That's a
These are the things
beautiful
that I learned.
lesson.
You know what I'm saying?
That's
She got to bring out that masculine energy in you, bro. You know, like you just have to celebrate your woman. You know what I'm saying? And always be willing to say, baby, what can I do for you today? Because she should
no,
wake up and
Daddy.
say the
What can I
same
do
thing.
for you today?
That's all. That's it right there. That's the perfect shit. What can I do for you today? Because guess what you're gonna do? You're gonna get up, you're gonna leave your house, you're gonna go to your job, and guess what you're gonna ask them? What y'all need for me to do to you? What do y'all need me to do today? And you mean to tell me
And
you
why
can't
would you
start
be
that at
willing to
home?
do something more for your job than you
Fuck
would be for me?
what she
oh
just
yeah, good
said.
point, good point.
So all I'm saying is, and that's the reason why we get into these debates and these situations where black men and black women are arguing and fighting about whatever it is, because none of us really have that sustainability within ourselves. So until we get the sustainability in ourselves, we depend on other people to give it to us. Man, you gotta love you first, and once you love you,
Mm.
now you can determine how
Hmm.
much love and how much admiration you got to give to somebody else. I love
And
me.
honestly, too. And honestly, and honesty, and not honesty to somebody else first.
Yes.
I think Chuck, me and you have talked about this, man. If you're not doing you first, if you're not taking care of you first, you can't take care of nobody else. You
Chuck, you
can't.
heard what she said.
But D and she but look, she right. She is right.
Uh-huh.
But and D, you kind of know it's one of them things that I'm gonna be all right.
Right.
And so when you don't depend on nobody to do nothing for you, nobody to take care of you, and you the one that's always taking care and always one put when somebody need to be moved, I gotta go move them. But the thing is, I've been and I thank God, I've been blessed enough to get by knowing that I'm always gonna look out for me. But most of the time, it's because I'm gonna be all right. I'm gonna go and take care of everybody else.
So you know what you are,
Mm,
Chuck, and
mm.
I'm gonna give you a song. I'm gonna give you a song at this particular point in time by Yella
Come
Beezy, and it's called Favors. And Yella Beezy said he always wanted to be the one that everybody would call and he could take care of everybody's problem. But at some point, once you tell a person no the first time, it's like you ain't did shit. So he's sick and tired of doing favors. And I think that's what happens in a lot of situations that we've been
on.
so accustomed to doing and saying yes to everything that once we say no, now all of a sudden we're the bad guy. Now all of a sudden it's like what did being the provider do for you? What did being the provider what type of household did it create? You know, and we get into this whole thing about damn, I done did all this shit and now here we are 5 years later, we're divorced, you know, and I don't we don't like each other, we can't even stand each other. Who phone is that? Somebody got their phone up too loud. You got taking a midnight stroll?
Yes.
Damn.
I have an XL bully, and she needs her time on the streets.
I see. She got
Well,
pets.
wait till you see her. No, you know, But I think you're right though, you know? And like Chuck, what I told you before, man, you gotta take care of you.
Yeah.
Because if you're not whole,
But
you
I'm
can't. If you're not whole within yourself, and Deeski, you said this earlier, if you're not whole, if you're not in that space, you cannot be what other people need you to be, want you, not need, want you to be.
Mm. I'm here
I
to
think
provide your needs, not your wants.
Nah, daddy, you're
I'm
here to
not,
provide my wants, not my needs.
I am not
At
gonna
this
play
age,
with it. I'm
at
not
this
gonna play
age
with
and
her.
stage,
I'm not gonna play with
at
April,
this
man.
age and stage, and no, but I mean, at this age and stage, we're not 20. We're not in our 20s. We're not in
So
our
so
30s.
so so what do you want? What do you want?
Uh, I want a chain that can't break. I want a lot of things.
But
But
okay. So see how how you stumbled on what you want.
no,
What
no,
do you
baby, I don't
hold up?
stumble.
Yeah, you did. What do you need?
Love,
See how easy that was.
understanding,
Now, what did I just say?
right? Like
What did I say I was here to do? I'll
yo,
provide your
you
need.
did.
See that's what I'm talking about. See
But
this. Hold up, sweetheart. You talking? You gotta sit. You
but
gotta
without
sit,
you, hold on.
sweetheart. You gotta
Without
listen.
you.
You gotta listen to me. See, this is the disconnect
Okay, all right,
because
I'm
you got
listening.
so much on your mind. You don't give me the opportunity to relax you. You know what I'm saying?
How?
See,
Tiger, come on.
you've been so busy trying to communicate with the wrong man. You heard what I'm telling her, Chuck? She been busy communicating with the wrong man. She don't let the right man tell her what she need.
Whoa, 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 whoa. You can tell me what I need?
I, didn't I just tell you that?
Nah, daddy, that's not what I heard.
Let's stop. Let's stop. Let's stop. Okay. When we go too far with this shit. But
No,
anyway,
but I mean, you can't tell somebody else what they need. I can
I
tell
didn't.
you what I need, and you can decide whether to provide that or not,
eh, All I'm
right?
saying is I'm here to provide your needs. That's what I'm here for.
That sounds so sweet. It sounds sweet.
See now you being pessimistic. You know what I'm saying?
No, 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 I'm not. Because I have to live this life. Uh-oh.
But
Because I
anyway,
have to live this life,
but
right? I'm here living it.
I get it. You know what I'm saying? And no, and it's not up for debate, right? It's not up for debate. All I'm saying is, as a man, as a man, wanting to be in your life, you have to you have to certain things you have to relinquish, right? Chuck, as a
Mm,
husband, there were things that you had to relinquish to allow your wife to take care of those things. But we
mm-hmm.
have been so accustomed to doing things on our own, we don't want to relinquish certain things. You know what I'm saying? Do you trust that the person that you're with can manage your checkbook? Can
right.
you? Are you willing to relinquish that responsibility? Damn, why you get bug eyed? See what I'm
That's a
saying?
lot of trust.
See what I'm saying? See, Chuck, she can't even. She that was it. That was it. Nigga, my money? Are
That's a lot
you?
of trust.
Oh, that's a lot of
That's a
trust.
lot of trust.
Hey, man. All I'm saying is, and look,
Yo,
y'all.
I mean, that's real though. Wait, hold on. Would you trust? Are you will like? I want you to like whatever you want to apply to me. Apply it to yourself.
Here, just
Ah, yeah. There you go. Get that sit back.
because if we own, you ain't got to worry about that.
Right. So if we on, you ain't got to worry about that.
Oh,
Right. I don't.
hold up. You know what? Let me say this because we've been doing this for about 3 hours now. And
Uh oh.
Chuck getting a little tired. I can see it in his
Uh
eyes. You
oh.
know, Chuck been up all day. You know, we can continue this. You know what I'm saying? Because these are conversations that's got to be had, and obviously because we've been having an audience the whole time. You know, we April has come on. You know, she got a little drank. You know what I'm saying? And you know, damn, what? Damn, I got a whisper
I
now.
was just teasing. It was a
Oh,
joke.
okay. I'm like, damn, hold up. Hey, Nick. No. Hey, she drinking. You know what I'm saying?
Where you at? I got a full gas tank.
Shit, I'm in Fort Worth.
Sharing is caring.
No, I don't drink, man. I don't drink. I cannot stand the taste of alcohol. That's why my
That is
eyes are
different.
so bright. You know what I'm saying? Alcohol. That's not good for you.
No, it's not really.
But I'm not here to judge. But anyway, but yeah, Chuck, man, this was very interesting, man, and I do wish, you know, I hope that you get your podcast up and going, man. I would love to be a guest on your show. You know what I'm saying? And we'll run up your Facebook minutes. You know what I'm
That's a,
talking about?
that,
Now I'm gonna put this on YouTube. So, you know, if you guys want to go back and, you know, share it to your friends and shit, you know what I'm saying? It's
right.
gonna be something cool.
Yeah.
But April, it has been a pleasure. You know what I'm saying? This is the first time we've had this type of conversation, and the longest we've actually talked to each other in a year. So, you know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? I just wanted to say that's cool.
Ever.
Ever, she
Ever.
said
That's between
ever.
me and you and me and him. But that's okay. We can talk about that on another time.
Yeah. Hey, I
Because
want to say,
I'm standoffish.
Yeah, you are. Stop
I
it.
want to say, I really appreciate y'all because it opens the door to actually be able to. I like how you narrated everything, Deesky. Um, don't think I ain't taking pointers, but it's good. It is good to have a woman's opinion, and not only that, to be respected. You know,
Right.
and so that's a good thing, and that's what I want in my show. I want to keep it real.
Hmm.
I want everybody to just always be respected, but at the same time, what I know today or what I knew back then has changed from what I know today.
Right.
And so, and that's just growth. And somebody might say something in 1 hour conversations that makes somebody think and say, you know what? I never looked at it like that.
Right.
Again,
Mm-hmm.
I never looked at Deesky of why he didn't get the love he didn't get until he explained. And now it makes sense why
Hmm.
he thought the way he thought, or why it took him longer to get to the point where he is now. But that's growth. And if we ain't growing and learning, I can learn from anybody. But if we ain't growing and learning, man,
Right.
we just standing still, and I can't stand still.
Right.
So I
Don't let the
appreciate
grass
y'all.
grow
Yeah.
up under your feet.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Again, like I said, man, it's these types of conversation, they're eye openers. You know what I'm saying? And they force us to be honest. A lot of
And
times we fall in
from a
love with the
female
character.
perspective,
Hmm.
you guys are two stand-up bros. And I appreciate that because like I'm listening the whole time, like I'm driving and I'm like, listen, I'm like, yeah, that's true. That's true. That's true. Nah, I don't know about that.
Yeah,
But,
it must have been something Chuck
the
said.
idea of growth is exactly where I feel like we need to be.
Right. And we have to have these conversations. And again, you know, and I get that, you know, a lot of times it's just men having conversations again because we're the ones that have to open up. We're the ones that have to break these barriers so that we can continue to communicate with one another. So it's a lot easier, you know, for us as men to have these conversations, but it's always a pleasure to have a woman's perspective because we don't know. You know what I mean? We think we know, but we don't really know. And so, April, we appreciate you taking time out to hang out with us tonight. You know what I'm saying? You could be anywhere in the world, but you decided to kick it with us. See,
I appreciate you guys too. And the conversation by itself gives me hope.
right?
Gives me a lot of hope.
That's what I'm talking about. Keep hope alive.
That.
All right, y'all. We'll catch up with y'all on the flip side, man.
uh,
Much
Y'all have a
love.
good night, man.
All right.